Strange Black Beats.
Family all around me. Family all around me. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. We are family. We might have the same last name, but that don't make you my family. Nah, I got some people with the same blood, and I know that they can't stand me. I got some people I call that ain't kin, that's gonna pull up and handle it. They take care of that business like family. We come from them trenches like family. They talking, you listen, that's family. They don't tell your business, that's family. They calling your phone, coming looking for you. They say that you missing, that's family. They don't need permission, that's family. When you hurt, they can feel it, that's family. Let them come while you're cheering, that's family. Let them come when you living, that's family. Family all around me. Hey, family all around me. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. We are family all around me. my family, he my family, she my family, he my family, she my family, we all family. Hey, ain't nobody fighting around here, ain't nobody shooting around here. Everybody that's around here family. All love, no hate, be clear. No shade, all love, be real. You love them, you should know how it feel. Tired of all these badass kids, tired of paying all these bills. Family going through the same thing, so they know exactly how you feel. They supply a shoulder I can cry, I provide a place where they can heal. Leave my money out, they don't steal. Let them have it if it's for a bill. Soldier for me when they in the field. Only way I live, family all around me. Hey, family all around me. He my family, she my family, he my family, she my family, he my family, she my family, we all family all around me. Hey, family all around me. He my family, she my family, he my family, she my family, he my family, she my family, we all family. We might ain't have the same last name, but that don't make you my family. I got some people with the same blood, and I know that they can't stand me. I got some people I call that ain't kin, that's gon' pull up and handle it. They take care of that business like family. We come from them trenches like family. Family all around me.
Hey, big salute, family. This your brother K Judah. And I got Elder Yashiyah with me again, family, to bring forth another powerful class for you, Israel. As you see the title, The Secret Relationship Between Daniel and the Maccabees. We give all praise to the Most High Yah and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To the Israelite family worldwide, we say peace and blessings. Big salute to you all. Elder Yashiyah, how you doing, Elder?
Peace, peace, shalom, everybody, shalom, family, shalom, Sister Oracle, everybody in the chat. I'm fine, ready to go over this with y'all, so we can see what we can find
Already.
In this secret relationship.
So y'all already know how Elder Yashiyah get down. Y'all know it's about to be powerful. Get your Bibles, write all the scriptures down, family. And our beloved sister Oracle, as Yashiyah bring forth this class, she will be putting the information in the chat for y'all. So let's get it popping. Let's handle y'all's business. Let me open up this window for my brother.
I love this chat, this group.
I got you, Elder Yashiyah. Here we go right here. Let me know what you want, and we finna get it.
All right, so I want to give
absolutely
the purpose of this teaching first is
yes,
first so we can know some of our ancient history.
Yes, sir.
No one has ever made any allegations that the books of Maccabees are scripture, but we do know that they are mentioned in scriptures numerous times, and we do know that the history contained therein is accurate. And so when we expose, we spent a few days out of this week, and we've been going into tirades about these heathen holidays. And so they response, instead of reflecting on what has been said, is to attempt to go tit for tat. But we're going to learn the origin behind this feast of dedication, which is called in our native tongue Hanukkah, and the Gentiles call it Hanukkah. Now it also has a few other names that y'all gonna learn over the courses of these teachings. So we're gonna be back and forth on this channel and on the one over at Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Technology. What y'all learn today, y'all build on tomorrow over there. Then we're gonna go back. We're gonna come back to K Judah. I believe it's Saturday evening. And then we may have a few more next week. We'll see, depending on how much we cover. But the origin is steeped in scripture. But I want everybody to realize this. The events in Maccabees are actually the precursor to what y'all see today, modern Christianity. A lot of their mindset, and they, which are Gentile in nature. They come from these Gentiles when they invaded our homeland. We're about to cover some of these things during the courses of these teachings. So let's get to this. This is the first definition that I want to share with the audience. And if y'all got questions, don't hesitate. Just ask. Don't bother me at all. I work better when y'all asking questions. Hellenism. Hellenism is the spread of Greek identity, history, language, and culture upon another ethnic group. Okay, i.e., this is Christianity pushed on those of the Israelite diaspora. And we're going to start in 2 Maccabees chapter 4, which is the forerunner of this despicable conduct.
Let's get it.
All right. And Sister Orca, as you read with me, you'll know when to post. Like, you can post that in the chat now so they can read it. Just relax. You're going to be fine.
Okay, we're on 2 Maccabees.
Chapter 4, I believe you're going to start around. We're going to start at verse 1 and go down to verse 17. Now, everybody make sure that y'all sitting down when y'all hear this, because this is quite despicable. And y'all going to see a lot of semblances to the allegations that I'm making.
Around what verse again, Elder?
Well, start at verse 1.
Okay.
Let's start at verse 1. We're going to read that.
All these ads popping up. Gotcha. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 1, family. This Simon now, of whom we spake afore, having been a betrayer of the money and of his country, slandered Onias, as if he had terrified Hellenistic and been the worker of these evils. Thus was he bold to call him a traitor, that have deserved well of the city, and tended his own nation, and was so zealous of the laws. But when their hatred went so far, that by one of Simon's factions, murders were committed. Onias seeing the danger of this contention, and that Apollius has been the governor of Seleucia and Phoenicia, did rage and increase Simon's malice.
Hold on a second, because now it says that the contention had got so bad that people started murder. It was like a murderous spirit came over the people. And I don't know if everyone is paying attention in society now, in these circles that we travel in for our worship. But is anybody seeing that it's like a gang war going on between the children of Israel that are woke and the children of Israel that are asleep, that's practicing Christianity? And what I mean when I say that is they are fighting and befriending the people that are primarily responsible for the afflictions that we face past the 400-year allotment that Yahweh told us about in Scripture. Now, I'm fine with the 400 years because we did that to ourselves. And y'all should be. We saying for purposes of an educated Israelite and a well-rounded Israelite, it's one day past the 400 years that we have a problem with. And now to have our own people turn on us for this foreign worship that has watered down. Sagala spoke about this last night. It is watered down. They will not allow the furnace to purify them to bring them back to native Israel. Instead of the Sabbath, they want Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of lamb, they want swine and shellfish and baboons and dog.
Yes, sir.
Y'all listening? Instead of the Day of Atonement, they want Christmas, something ain't even in the scripture. Instead of one of these melanated queens, they chose foreign women. It ain't no distinction between what's holy and what's profane. I was told by a chaplain that he's going to keep Passover the way he sees fit. He mocked Yahweh's temple and compared the gold and the silver in the temple to the gold and the silver decorating the ointments for a Christmas tree. They are so out of touch with the gospel, with our gospel, that they want to promote a Gentile doctrine on the children of Israel. I say this to y'all. I'm against us having all this enmity towards them, but hold your ground. Why would we submit ourselves to something that's displeasing to Yahweh to fit in? And listen, a lot of people ain't gonna like this. For a husband to fit in with a wife, or a wife to fit in with a husband, for family members to be part of the popular crowd. I say we Israelites, and we not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all finna see now why. I just have to tell y'all what this is. So when you see people hollering Greek this, Greek that, Greek New Testament, the Greek this, the Greek that, these are the people that we're reading about now. They're our own people to their own ethnic group. And they have affiliated and aligned themselves with people that have went past the 400 years that scripture says we're going to be afflicted and continue down that slope. Anybody got a calculator? Let's look at 1492. We're not going with the official startup of over here in America, because that's a false start date. 14 what is it? They say 1619. That's a false start date. The slave trade was already going on. So we almost 150, maybe more than 150 years. When you start looking at 1492, something around that time, during the time when they started expelling all of us out of Spain and Portugal. That's when the slave trade started. It didn't start over here in America. Go ahead, K2.
So Elder Yashia, you mean to tell me that we was already enslaved in the 1400s?
Yeah, they was already bringing that. That's what they was dropping us off in Africa for. They was running. Go ahead.
The reason why I'm asking you that, because a couple years ago I kept telling people that 1619 is only bought here in Virginia. It does not make up the whole captivity.
Nah, they was look at the records in Jamaica
Talk
and
to
over
me.
in the Caribbean. Them
Yes,
Israelites too.
Absolutely.
Well, a large portion of them are. We ain't just no. Nah, it don't just start over here in America. No.
Talk to me, Elder. That's all
So
I want to know.
if you got 7 brothers separated, 3 of them got dropped off in over in the Caribbean, 2 in America, and another 2 over in Brazil. That don't stop them from being Israelites, because they got dropped off in a different part. They still Israelites on different dates.
Yes, sir.
Come on, y'all. Let's read some more about these heathens. Y'all finna see their whole doctrine. Watch this.
Verse 5. He went to the king, not to be an accuser of his countrymen, but seeking the good of all, both public and private.
We don't need their approval. All we need is Yahweh. What he said, that's what he wrote the law for, so we'd know how to walk right.
That's right.
I'm glad we're under grace now. Don't get that misunderstood. We need grace, because mostly all of us would have been dead. Somebody done cheated on their wife. Somebody done had out of wedlock. We done did out. Somebody done did something. Ain't nobody innocent. Nobody innocent. So we all need grace. But the law is the guidelines. That's the constitution for Israel. What y'all gotta all understand when y'all moving forward with family members, what y'all are telling, they trying to tell us, that's not our gospel. That's the watered down version that these Gentiles have impressioned on our people, beginning with the listening. All of this began, y'all might want to write this down. It began with the Inquisition. That was the initial plot. It continued, right, with the European Enlightenment, right? Also with the Italian Renaissance, when they reshaped and repainted how the world looked, they did it in their eyes. They had a doctrine called Manifest Destiny. Y'all look that up. Then the slave trade, once they got us in, then they was able to indoctrinate us with their teaching.
Right.
Slaves, obey your masters. It's the same people now that was hanging out in all of these churches on Sunday announcing all the lynchings. We got to talk about these things. The Christianity won't talk about it. No matter how much you bring it up, they say, oh, that was then. But y'all, when the Jews say something about the Holocaust, and we be like, that ain't gonna, oh, y'all so insensitive. What's wrong with y'all? That's the textbook definition of Stockholm Syndrome. When the victim becomes sympathetic and fights for the oppressor. Look at the number of Jews that owned the slave ships that transported us out of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Look, all you gotta do is look who had the most to gain when we got removed and stripped of everything we were. Who do y'all think had get slide right in and say, nah, we the children of Israel now. They Africans, they slaves. Pay attention. All of this, they don't all agree on the same thing. These people that are primarily from Europe, but they all agree on one thing, and everybody else agree on one thing: keep the Israelites on the bottom, and we can't seem to come together. Watch this.
Verse 6. For he saw that it was impossible that the state should continue quiet, and Simon leave his folly, unless the king did look thereunto. But after the death of Seleucus, when Antiochus called Epiphanes took the kingdom, Jason, the brother of Onias, labored underhand to be high priest.
And y'all see that it sounds like some stuff, some people y'all can associate with now. I want y'all to pay attention, because somebody, these are some of some of Alexander's generals right here: Seleucius, Antiochus, and y'all need to know it's a famous person that comes out of Seleucus's bloodline. Now, yeah, forgive me, that's wrong. Seleucus is one of the generals of Alexander. So y'all pay attention. We're gonna name them. It's 5 of them. That's the beginning of this teaching. We ain't gonna get all this in one day. Come on.
Verse 8. Promising unto the king by intercession.
What king? This ain't no Israelite king. What king?
Sure not. Sure not. Promising unto the king by intercession 303 talents of silver, and of another revenue 80 talents.
Let me ask y'all a question. Now we gotta meditate on what's going on here. These resources is not plentiful. Where are they getting all this stuff from? Where are all these talents of gold? Where are all these precious jewels? And where's all this stuff coming from? It's not plentiful over in our homeland. So that means we was acquiring these things from somewhere else that we had access to. Y'all meditate on it. Come on.
Verse 9. Besides this, he promised to assign 150 more, if he might have license to set them up, a place for exercise. A place for exercise, and for the training of youth in the fashion of the heathen.
Hellenism. Come on.
And to write them of Jerusalem by the name of Antiochus.
Say it ain't true, K. Judah. You got the children of Israel saying they Greeks. Oh my goodness, despicable. Christianity. Come on.
Elder Yashia, do this sound like the stadiums and arenas that we see?
Absolutely. They got them set up so everything is going on the Shabbat.
Talk to him.
College football, college basketball, track and field, NBA, NFL, and Major League Baseball, all of it is set up to keep us transgressing the law so y'all won't fight for us. They knew what they was doing. They said it. We're gonna cover all of it. Don't worry. Listen, I wanna make a correction or something too.
Mhm.
I was this is for everybody that listened to our tape video that we made Monday night. Because I had a lot. It was so much going on in my head, and I remember like teachings where the Jews teach that Daniel was a minor prophet. So I was telling somebody that the Gentiles had dissected certain books like Kings and Chronicles and Samuel and Ezra, Nehemiah. There was and the 12 prophets. I misspoke about the 12 prophets. I think I said the 13 prophets on one of the tapes. It should have been the 12 minor prophets. That's one scroll. That's not 12 different books. So even if it's just one of those writings that I'm alluding to, and this is historical fact. Even these phony Gentiles church fathers agreed to this. Have it in their history that they changed the books, that they broke down some of the books, like the ones I just named. So 66 books is a falsehood. That is not from our ancestors. That's from the heathen. And if y'all continue to proclaim and hold on to it, now make sure you do your research about what I'm telling you. I have it placed in the chat in the next day or so. I don't. We'll get it, but I know Josephus spoke about it. I know that Jerome was one of the culprits, and I know that Athanasius was one of them. The latter two being heathen church fathers. So 66 books is a falsehood. If the Gentiles want to grab hold of that, that's on them. Y'all Israel, I'm here to educate y'all and pray that they will come and listen. But from what we seen the last week or so, they're not gonna listen. Okay.
Verse 10. Which when the king had granted, he had got into his hand the rule. He forthwith brought his own nation to Greekish fashion.
It's despicable right here. Come on.
And the royal privileges granted of special favor to the Jews by the means of John the father of Eupolemus.
Yeah.
Eupolemus, who went ambassador to Rome for enmity and aid.
Listen, do everybody see? These is European nations. Greece, Rome. Y'all see this?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine we got something going on and half the people that's with us trying to get away turn around and start screaming and hollering, here they go. Y'all got to meditate on this. They're not looking at how we're looking at this stuff. We tired of being afflicted. We tired of everything that's ours by right. They've usurped it, lied, told us we wasn't nothing. Then we found out because we had some good men researching and people in our ancient homeland we've been in contact with them. We found out who we really is. And now the same section of coons that fought to get us caught, now they fighting to tell us we lying and we ain't who we are. Imagine what this is doing, why it's so much enmity between the church or the Gentile church and the true church. Y'all being the true church. Come on. When y'all walk right. Now, don't think we in here agreeing with only Israel can get saved and then we not, that ain't what we saying. But at the end of the day, them still our people. We can deal with that later, but that's y'all watch job, not ours. Come on.
Verse 11 again. And the royal privileges granted a special favor to the Jews by the mean of John the father of Eupolemus, who went ambassador to Rome for enmity and aid. He took away and putting down the governments which were according to the law. He brought up new customs against the law.
1 Timothy 4:4. Let's twist that. You can pray over anything and it's clean, for nothing is to be refused, is received with thanksgiving and prayer back up. Look, y'all see this? These is customs against the law. Sunday's the Sabbath. Now y'all start seeing all this stuff. Look, and they mad at me because I asked this. And everybody listening, y'all just make sense out of this. When they say you can pray over anything and it's clean, that means anything can get prayed over, right?
Yep.
So when I asked them, then when's the last time y'all prayed over a baboon, a skunk, a rat? Then they say, "Oh, you insulting us." I said, "Why not? Y'all teach that all you gotta do is pray over is receive with thanksgiving." But yet nobody's doing these things. So my next question was, so y'all was telling me that all y'all fighting for is the slave diet, the plantation diet of swine, and the shellfish and stuff. And now is they saying that that's insensitivity. No, it's insensitivity that y'all trying to take our scriptures and make y'all own teachings up. That's what's insensitivity. Come on.
Verse 12. For he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself.
Colosseum. Come on.
And brought the chief young men under his subjection.
That's how they get them. They got to get our men young. These these youth. That's why we got to teach them. That's why I'm so proud of K. Judah. Come on.
And made them wear a hat.
What's this?
Now such was the height of Greek fashion. Now such was the height of Greek fashion, an increase of heathenish manners.
Listen, you come as you are. You and your wife, y'all outside in the church parking lot, y'all get up on it and do what you want to do. Just come to church. Look, the Torah say if anything like that happen, you unclean the sunset. You got to take a shower before the sunset. You can't come back in the camp until the sunset after you don't washed up. You done bathed, I should say. You don't say take a shower, bathe. Y'all listening? They don't want nothing to do with our Torah, but they live in they just anything goes. That's not how Israel practice. We don't worship like that. We're taught holiness from our youth, from childhood. They don't want none of the rules that Yahweh has provided for us to either receive or do what we want to do. He's told us, if you do what I tell you to do, I'm going to bless you. If you don't, I'm going to curse y'all.
Talk to him.
They want to keep us under the curses so the Greeks can stay on top of us. Watch this.
Verse 13 again. Now such was the height of Greek fashion, an increase of heathenish manners through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest, that the priest had no courage to serve anymore at the altar, but despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices.
Now see this? Come on.
Hasten to be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise.
This is despicable. Come on.
It is. After the game of
discus, track and field.
That's track and field. Wow. After the game of discus, called them forth. Now setting by the honors of their fathers.
Their fathers.
Yep, their fathers.
Watch this.
Not setting by the honors of their fathers.
The Torah. Watch this.
But liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
They're like they said the New Testament written in Greek, but don't nobody want to go live and show us in scripture where you getting that allegation from. I've been begging for 2 years. Please go live with that. Let's have that discussion. Come on.
By reason whereof sore calamity came upon them, for they had them to be their enemies and avengers, whose customs they followed so earnestly, and unto whom they desired to be like in all things. Verse 17. For it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the law of Elohim.
They're not just doing wickedly against his laws, they teaching against his laws.
Absolutely.
How can you teach that the Most High, the creator of the heaven, that his teachings is done away with? Because that's all laws. The Torah means. It means teachings and or instructions. They saying that his instructions are done away with, and then you don't understand because that's the only way they can get all of their teachings in. They can get Sunday in, they can get swine in, they can get men with men in. Everything goes then. All you gotta do is have faith. Faith in what? What is
Right.
it that you believe in that you can conduct yourself like that? You go to church, the men switching, the women holding hands. What in the world? What kind of church? Who are y'all serving? Y'all would have got stoned back. You better be glad we under grace. Paul saying Romans 3:31, look, we don't void the law through faith. No, that ain't how we do it. We establish it.
We established.
They don't read these verses. I've been trying to get them to talk about Paul with me. I love it. Can't do it like him. He understand Paul.
Mm-hmm.
They twisting him. Let's talk about these generals now. We done made a lot of noise about this. Y'all getting ready to see some stuff now. We just taking our time. We're gonna roll on in a minute. Alexander had the following generals. And the sister gonna post it in the chat. I don't know if I'm moving too fast. Well, look at it. She getting there. You're doing a great job, 007 Oracle sister. Okay. Antigonus was left Asia. Seleucius, who we just read about, was left Babylon. Seleucus and probably Antiochus.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Lysimachus was left the hellespont over in Greece. Cassander was left Macedonia.
Mm-hmm.
And Ptolemy, y'all remember that name? Ptolemy was left Egypt.
Egypt, facts.
Remember that name, Ptolemy. Somebody come through that line. This reminds you now when you start thinking about these generals that thinks you remember Clinton, the white horse, Bush, George W., the red horse, Obama, the black horse, and Biden, the pale horse. Just meditate on that. Now, go to Daniel chapter 11, y'all. Let's get ready to dance. Got a little more setting up to do, and then we're gonna put this out there. We just got a little more, then we're gonna be able to flow real smoothly. We're in the book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 1.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 11 and verse 1. And it reads, also I, in the first year of Darius the Medes, even I, stood to confirm and to strengthen him.
Now hold on.
And now,
1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody take a note of this. I'm not familiar with where everybody is with the scriptural history. This is not the Darius that's spoken of in Ezra chapter 4, verse 5. This is a different one. We getting ready to go there after he read the next verse. Come on.
Verse 2. And now will I show thee the truth. Behold, there shall stand up yet 3 kings in Persia.
3 kings, Persia. Come on.
And the fourth shall be far richer than they all.
Mm.
And by his strength,
Mm-hmm.
through his riches, he shall stir up all against the realm of Grecia.
Hold that thought. Go to Ezra chapter 4, verse 5 through 7, and we're gonna find out what who they prophesying about, what they talking about. See, the scriptures, you gotta let the scriptures, they're gonna give a testimony about what's being said. You might read something in Genesis, and you might not find it to somewhere in the prophets exactly what it's alluding to. So a lot of this history, you're gonna know when you arrived in the game, when you can flow through Daniel and the book of Revelations, when you can line them up. Now, for some of y'all that's more advanced, because this is a really sharp group right here, y'all gonna find out. For everybody say they don't believe Enoch, and how you gonna say you believe Revelations? We got a common manuscript comparison on Enoch and Revelations. Remember, Enoch is about 300 plus years older. Some of the carbon datings that we get out of the Dead Sea Scrolls, it's about 300 plus years older than the book of Revelations. You meditate on that. All right, he in verse 5 down.
The book of Ezra chapter 4 and verse 5. And it reads, and hired counselors against them, to frustrate their purpose all the days of Cyrus, the king of Persia,
1,
even until the reign of Darius, the king of Persia,
2,
and in the reign of Hazarius. In the beginning
3.
of his reign, he wrote they unto him an accusation against the inhabitants of Judah and Jerusalem.
Mm.
And in the days of Artaxerxes,
4. We just read
wrote
about
this.
4 kings, right? 4 Persian
Yep.
kings, right?
Absolutely.
Y'all take notes now. So y'all want y'all cross-examine this. Don't disagree with nothing. Make sure y'all see it. If you don't see it, that's when y'all start asking questions. Them 4 Persian kings, though. Remember what Ezra and Nehemiah, what point in our history they represent when we come back from this captivity.
Talk to him.
All right,
Facts.
now watch this. Go to first Maccabees now. Now we getting ready to dance. Because now we got to line this up with what's going on in history. The Gentiles don't want y'all to know all this stuff because it's a lot of stuff in here that expose what's being going on in the church. If they leave Maccabees, even though it's just a historical account, right? But if they leave it in their version of the scriptures, they can't justify the pork because of what happened in 2 Maccabees chapter 6 and 7, which at some point over the next week or so, we're going to cover that as well. And we want them to come on here because they've been attacking Israelites and spreading false propaganda about the Feast of Dedication. Well, let's find out why we have a Feast of Dedication. What is this about? It ain't no commandment like none of the Leviticus 23, but when Yahweh's temple is what they did is done, you telling me we supposed to leave it in shambles like that? It defies comprehension. Watch this.
What chapter we in, Elder?
Chapter 1. We're gonna read it. We're gonna breeze through it.
Let's get
Everybody gonna get filled up tonight. Praise Yah.
Yes, sir. This is first Maccabees chapter 1, verse 1. And it reads, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Shittim, have smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. Bam. Now we got a timeline set up, a historical timeline. So one of the kings that we just read about and got knocked off by the Greeks. Watch what happened. Watch what happened with this Greek stuff now. Watch this. It's false. I'm going to tell y'all that now. All this Greek identity, history, language, Greek New Testament, Greek this, it's all false. It's a falsehood. Verse 2. And made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up. Got pride. And he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries, and nations, and kings, who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die. He conquered the entire known world. Watch this. Verse 6. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them, while he was yet alive. Those are the five. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Those are the 5 individuals that Sister Oracle just put in the chat. Facts. We're not making none of this up. That's why I'm telling y'all to take notes and ask questions. Don't hesitate. Watch this. Verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils was multiplied in the earth. Greeks, come on. Verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus, the king, who had been an hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Now, let me give y'all a little bit about what's going on tomorrow in the next couple of days. So we got a Dead Sea Scroll writing, Damascus document. It speaks about the age of wrath and 390 years after Jerusalem was looted and burned and all of that stuff. And then it says, for 20 years, the children of Israel wandered around in the wilderness like blind men groping. That brings us to 410 years. Now, one thing I know, y'all like them timelines. So we know that we brought this timeline to 586 BC on the heathen calendar and 3,363 years after creation from what we can prove in scripture, which comes back to 586 BC, right? So you're going to add 410 years to that, and then y'all, that's going to bring y'all to roughly 178 BC when all this is taking place. Now, phenomenal. I'm going to show it to y'all. I'm going to show y'all how we was just a year ago, we was in a sabbatical year. Y'all not going to believe it until y'all see the math. Everybody going to agree with it when I show it to y'all. And we got another sabbatical year coming up. I believe it's 2020. Is it 2030, Sagala, if you're in the chat? I think it's 2030. Don't worry. We got that coming up. That's on the horizon for y'all. Right now, yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up. Y'all finna, if you don't know this stuff, y'all can really learn a lot. And then y'all gonna be able to cross-examine it and see that y'all being told the truth. One thing I need y'all to highlight, though, about what we're going over right now. Antiochus Epiphanes, write this down. He is the enemy of the children of Israel.
Facts.
This is one of our great enemies right here. Along with Nebuzaradan, who burnt down the temple in 586 BC, who was the servant of Nebuchadnezzar. All right. Give y'all a second to write that down. Now we getting ready to dance now. All right. So we just read down to verse 10. That would cover Daniel 11, verse 3 and 4. Let's go back to Daniel 11. Now we get ready to dance, y'all. Everything about Daniel, y'all whole understanding about Daniel getting ready to change. Remember, it said the realm of Grecia, the last part of verse 2.
Yep.
It says, what? Look at verse 3.
Daniel chapter 11, and it's time, verse 3. And it reads, and a mighty king shall stand up, that shall rule with great dominion, and do according to his will.
Who y'all think this is? Y'all think we just read about this in First Maccabees chapter 1? Y'all think this Alexander they talking about? Watch this.
And when he should stand up, his kingdom should be broken, and shall be divided towards the four winds of heaven, and not to his posterity, nor according to his dominion, which he ruled. For his kingdom should be plucked up, even for others besides those.
You think those are Alexander's friends that he grew up with from his youth?
Absolutely.
When he divided his kingdom?
Talk
Take
to
notes, y'all. Watch this. Now y'all really finna like, watch this. Come on.
Verse 5. And the king of the south should be strong, and one of his princes, and should be strong above him, and have dominion. His dominion should be a great dominion.
Let me ask y'all a question. Now, we just said that when we just put in the chat from Sister Oracle 007, didn't we say that somebody inherited Egypt? And y'all, and this is just, I need everybody to listen to this. Whenever we're dealing with scripture and it says north or south or east or west, the entirety of the scriptures is situated on where lands are around Israel. To our ancestors, Israel is the pinnacle of the earth. It is where everything is situated around Israel, not vice versa. So when it says the king of the south, it's talking about somewhere south of the land of Israel. In this instance, because of what we put in the chat and what y'all gonna read further, this is talking about Ptolemy, or Alexander's general that got inherited Egypt. Now watch this, because y'all finna see something. Pay attention in verse 6.
Elder Yashia, can I add a nugget?
Go ahead. That's what you're here for.
What Elder Yashia just said about from the land of Israel, where did Abraham go? Did it not say he went south? So he was coming from an area that was above and had to go down. It's the same thing. So when he's just told y'all from the land of Israel, where they looking at, that would be south to them. So that would be Egypt.
Come on,
Ptolemy.
talk to him.
So there you go. I just wanted to add that nugget in there.
That's it. Y'all know that's his thing now. Yeah, that's what he do. Come on. Now he get ready to play crazy again, like he don't know what's going on. I'm just letting y'all all know. Come on.
Verse 6. And in the end of the years, they should join themselves together. For the king's daughter of the south shall come to the king of the north.
Wait a minute, hold on now. What you talking about? King's daughter of the south. Wait a minute, Ptolemy. What famous daughter comes?
Cleopatra. Say, Elder, say it again. Your mic was breaking up. Elder Yashia. Hold on, family. Hey, Elder, you're going to have to repeat it. Your mic was breaking up. Yeah, they got you breaking up pretty bad. Hold on, family. Yeah, the mic having some difficulties. Say something, Elder. Okay. Y'all see that? That's why I be saying, man, we know everything ain't the devil, but boy, when the word coming out, who else could it be, man? Elder Yashia talking, then all of a sudden he just fall off. The mic start tripping. Man, we rebuke that in the name of Yahshua HaMashiach. Everything ain't the devil, but man, when this word coming out, it is. He just fell off. This teaching is great, man. It's good. The way he make these connections, man, and these timelines, I love it. But I'm just waiting for my brother to come back. Yeah, but I pray, this edifying y'all. But until he come back, the lady that it just said and the daughter of him that's in the south is talking about Cleopatra, family. So you see how the Bible is a true book? What daughter could that be? And this just go for those of us who go a little further in the scriptures. That's Cleopatra. Elder Yashia.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Can you repeat what you said?
So we go as we go back. Let me see if you can pull that back up on the screen. I want you to read that verse. Read verse 6 again.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know when stuff like this start happening, this the adversary. He don't want y'all to hear this stuff. He don't want Israel sitting down getting taught like learning like this on one accord. He don't want this.
Facts. Daniel chapter 11 and verse 6 again. And in the end of the years, they should join themselves together. For the king's daughter of the south should come to the king of the north to make an agreement.
That's when that whole situation happened. Now, this speaking about Cleopatra.
Absolutely.
Remember how all of that backstabbing happened with the circumstances surrounding her affairs and how she had Mark and all that. It was crazy. But people never knew this was in the scripture. Now, this is a prophecy. Maccabees ain't even happened yet. Remember, Daniel is in the 6th century BC. The events that I'm going to show y'all Maccabees, or the Feast of Dedication that's around the Feast of Dedication, that's in the 2nd century BC. So you tell me how you know, people say, oh, y'all doing it. This in the scripture. Christmas ain't in the scripture. Watch this. Come on.
For the king's daughter of the south shall come to the king of the north to make an agreement.
Agreements.
But she should not retain the power of the arm. Neither should he stand, nor his arm. But she should be given up, and they that bought her, and he that begot her, and he that strengthened her in these times.
She was seducing other leaders and stuff to build up her army. It was crazy. I'm sure some of the people that's in the chat, if not all of y'all, know about this. So I ain't making none of this up. Now y'all gotta ask yourself, this been in the scripture all the time? Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Watch this.
And I just want to say this to bag him up to be a second witness. When I first started reading the book of Daniel, I actually studied this myself, and that's how I found out that this was talking about Cleopatra. I actually studied this myself. So it is talking about her, Cleopatra, and her father, which was ruling over Egypt. That is the south. So I'm just putting that out there out of the mouth of two. So this is verse 7. But out of a branch of her roots shall one stand up in his estate, which shall come with an army, and shall enter into the fortress of the king of the north.
Wait a minute. The what?
The king of the north.
Now remember, Sister Oracle put in the chat what's going on with these different rulers, so y'all know which kingdom is going on. They was beefing. Watch this.
Verse 9. So the king of the south shall come into his kingdom, and shall return into his own land. But his sons shall be stirred up.
Descendants of Ptolemy. Come on.
And shall assemble a multitude of great forces. And one shall certainly come and overflow and pass through. Then he shall return and be stirred up, even to his fortress. Verse 11. And the king of the south shall be moved with choler, and shall come forth and fight with him.
Hatred,
even with with hatred, even with the king of the north. And he shall set forth a great multitude, but the multitude should be given into his hands. Verse 12.
Now listen, before you go a little further, this is the Ptolemy branch versus the Seleucid branch.
Facts.
This is a known fact in history. I ain't making none of this up, but nobody never. These are y'all teachers. This everybody in the chat, y'all that identify with Israelites. These y'all teachers right here. We don't adhere to no Hellenism, none of that stuff. We got high teachings. We ain't teaching nobody you can pray over anything. We ain't got time for that stuff. That's a waste of y'all time right there. We got high teachers. Come on.
Verse 12. And when he have taken away the multitude, his heart should be lifted up.
Pride
and he should cast down many 10,000s, but he should not be strengthened by it.
Now I'm gonna throw something out there. A lot of y'all, this is a group that studies right here. Don't y'all forget what Ezekiel 28 say now. 1 through 10. Remember, it was talking about somebody heart getting stirred up, and they like the adversary, all that. Now you know what? Y'all go ahead. We ain't gonna even do that. Let's go. Because K. this all he gonna do is laugh like he don't know what's going on.
Verse 13. For the king of the north shall return, and shall set forth a multitude greater than the former, and shall certainly come after certain years with a great army and with much riches.
Matter of fact, hold on, man, because we leave. We gotta come back to verse 14. But go to First Maccabees again, because this stuff right here crazy. Why they don't teach this stuff in Sunday school?
No, they do not.
We saved. We already believe. Why y'all teaching us about salvation every Sunday? And y'all got them pictures of Elvis Presley and the Beatles hanging up thinking we gonna be there. They got this stuff gotta stop. 16 through 20. Let's see if this makes sense.
This is First Maccabees chapter 1 again, and this time verse 16 on down. And it reads, now when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have dominion over 2 realms. Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude.
Hey, wait a minute. We just read this in Daniel.
We just read it. Yes, sir.
So
yes,
y'all don't think we making this up, do y'all? Y'all reading it? Are y'all with us? Come on.
Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude.
Now,
with chariots.
Antiochus, let me ask you this, K. Judah. Antiochus, if this is correct, yes. If it's not, no. If Antiochus is the Seleucid or the Babylonian Syrian branch,
facts.
now he going to fight Ptolemy, which is over Egypt, right?
Over Egypt, facts.
We're looking at it right now. Look what happens in verse 17.
Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants and horsemen and a great navy, and made war against Ptolemy,
We
king
ain't making
of
this
Egypt.
up. Come on.
But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled, and many was wounded to death.
Come on.
Verse 19. Thus they got the strong cities in the land of Egypt, and he took the spoils thereof.
They stealing. A lot of this ain't got nothing to do with righteousness or they working for y'all. They are stealing. They stealing money. They stealing women and slaves. Now watch this, because everybody ain't paying attention. Where did these people all come from? They came out of Europe. They came into lands which prior to them coming over there was dark people. Now y'all gonna start understanding why India, Arabia, and all the top part of Africa, why it does not look like the southern people. Now y'all gonna understand. This is why it's been so easy throughout all these lies and these narratives to say, oh, we the children of Israel, because they look like their ancestors. We got displaced. This is a known fact. We got displaced. We got writings out that tell you how the children of Israel look. The DNA, if people keep mixing with us, they're gonna inherit some of our DNA. Y'all all of this. You got to look at this. If you look at this through the narrative and the lens of how the world looks right now, or the history that they've told, is mainly a false history of manifest destiny. And we just have to be honest about these things. There's no other way to get around it. And so you got now our own people, they're going to argue against this, but they can't tell you where the ancient world says they come from unless they go back to the source, which says they put the children of Israel on the ships. We'll get back to it though. Come on.
Verse 20. And after that Antiochus had smitten Egypt, he returned again in the 143rd year, and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude.
Now let me inform the chat of something, and everybody that's listening.
Yes, sir.
Do y'all see what they saying? 140. They naming all these years. We're going to come back in another teaching, and I'm going to show y'all how to get to these years and where they're at. Right now, we're just laying the foundation tonight. This is the first teaching. We got about 4 or 5 of them probably. Come on.
And can I just throw out another nugget?
Yes.
This is Antiochus family. This is the Greek Empire. Remember, in the time of Darius and them, they allowed our ancestors to go back home, right? So when they say he went up against Israel and Jerusalem, remember, they went back home, family. So they are actually in the land when he's going up against them. This is the time frame that we're looking at, from the time of Darius, the Medes and the Persians, to the time of the Greeks, because when Rome took over, they were still in the land. I'm just throwing that out there. So now we understand when he say went up against Israel and Jerusalem, why did not just say Israel? Because you got to remember the split. So Israel was above, Jerusalem was south of Israel, meaning below. Because when David had a fight with Jebus, the Jebusites, he fought them in the south. So that's what Jerusalem actually is, family. South of Israel, meaning the northern kingdom. That's why it's called Northern Kingdom. And Jerusalem, that's why it's called Southern Kingdom. I'm just putting it out there.
Let me ask you another question then, K. Judah.
Absolutely.
Because now it don't look like no 10 tribes is lost, do it?
No, they never was lost.
I mean, we just throwing it out there. I just want y'all to hear this. This is gonna be a
Absolutely.
very interesting whole teaching. Right now, we just dealing with this part.
Absolutely.
What verse you in, K. Judah?
21.
All right, hold up. Back up.
Okay.
Let's shoot back to verse. I think we in verse 14 in Daniel, because
Yes,
we got
sir.
a lot. We got a lot to cover. Well, not a lot, but we got enough.
I got you.
We're gonna be back and forth between Daniel and Maccabees because we want to line everything up.
Right here, verse 14. This is Daniel chapter 11 and verse 14. And it reads, and in those times there shall many stand up against the king of the south.
We just saw that. Come on.
We just saw it. Also robbers of thy people, so exalt themselves to establish division.
We just saw that.
But they shall fall. So the king of the north shall come and cast up a mount and take the most fenced cities, and the arms of the south shall not withstand, neither his chosen people, neither should there be any strength to withstand.
It said he was afraid and he left, right? Y'all remember
Absolutely.
reading that? All
Yep.
right, we're in verse 16 now. Watch this.
Verse 16. But he that cometh against him should do according to his own will, and none should stand before him, and he should stand in the glorious land.
What y'all think that is? Hold on, we're gonna let him finish reading this verse. We're gonna find out what the glorious land is. Watch this.
And he should stand in the glorious land, which by his hand shall be consumed.
All right, go back to 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 21 now. Let's watch this. All we doing is going down the line, showing y'all what Daniel is really talking about in chapter 11.
Yes, sir.
Y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
This is 1 Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 21. And it reads, and he entered proudly into the sanctuary and took away the golden altar and the candlestick of light and all the vessels thereof.
What do y'all think he's talking about? What is this
the glorious
talking about?
land?
Wait a minute, go back to verse 20. Let's see now. Hold on, I like to do this. I like to reverse.
Absolutely. Verse 20, same chapter. And after that, Antiochus had smitten Egypt.
Oh, this is the king they talking about in Daniel.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Fact.
now he beat Egypt, just like they just said in Daniel. What else happened?
And had smitten Egypt, he returned again in the 143rd year, and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude.
But wait a minute, K. Judah just said that. And so Israel is north, Jerusalem is south. Wait a minute. So they was together. I guess we wasn't making this up. Now, everybody that's a little impatient about these 143rd, 100, don't worry, I got y'all. We ain't got to do everything in one night. All right, we back in Daniel now. Watch this. There's a whole lot going on.
He do got y'all, because I got the whole breakdown that he did already. He got y'all, believe me.
It's a whole lot going on right here. We're gonna continually be jumping back and forth so y'all can see how this prophecy Daniel's speaking about is in Maccabees. Verse 17.
Verse 17, absolutely. Daniel chapter 11 and verse 17. And it reads, and he shall also set his face to enter with the strength of his whole kingdom, and upright ones with him. Thus should he do. And he should give him the daughter of women, corrupting her. But she should not stand on his side, neither be for him.
Look at First Maccabees chapter 1 again, verse 11 through 13. It's a lot going on.
Line upon line. Excellent.
Verse 11 through 13. Where do y'all see this?
First Maccabees chapter 1 again and verse 11 through 13. And it reads, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
I just read this. Is crazy. Come on.
Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
Let's be Christians. Let's be Greek. Watch this.
That are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen.
Y'all see this?
Yep.
They're adapting the Greek ways. All right, we back in Daniel chapter 11. We in verse 18. It's crazy right here. They mad at us for telling the truth.
Right. Facts.
Pig ain't did nothing but die for me. They're gonna say everything. They got every angle of this despicable worship. They got it down pat. Come on.
This is Daniel chapter 11, and this time verse 18. And it reads, after this shall he turn his face unto the owls, and shall take many. But a prince for his own behalf shall cause the reproach offered by him to seize.
Who's this prince? Let's find out.
Without his own reproach, he shall cause it to turn upon him.
Let's go back to First Maccabees chapter 2 now. We got to find out, because they saying like some people came or somebody came to do some help. Verse 1 through 5. The plot thickens. Everything in here, we just got to know where to find it. No, it's first Maccabees
Okay.
chapter 2. I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good, Elder. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's get it. This is First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 1 through 5. And it reads, in those days arose Matthias, the son of John, the son of Simon, a priest of the sons of Joab from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Madin. And he had 5 sons, Johanan, called Cadus, Simon, called Thaddeus, Judas, who was called Maccabees, Eleazar, called Aaron, and Jonathan, whose surname was Appius.
Is this what them names sound familiar for? They gonna be the ones who deliver us. The Maccabees. This the prince.
Absolutely. Facts.
This the prince, Judas Maccabees now. Come on. We back in Daniel now.
Let's get it.
It's making sense to me. I don't know. I hope y'all
It's
see
making
it.
a lot of sense to me.
Daniel chapter 11, verse 19.
Making a lot of sense. The book of Daniel is speaking of what we're reading right now in the Apocrypha, the Maccabees. And that
historical truth.
Historical truth. Facts.
The Messiah spoke about it.
Way to line it up, Elder. Painting the picture.
Y'all why?
Already.
Notice everything we teach is in scripture. Every day that we have any part is in scripture. Verse 19 and 20.
The book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 19 and 20. And it reads, Then he should turn his face toward the fort of his own land, but he shall stumble and fall and not be found. Then should stand up in his estate a raiser of taxes in the glory of the kingdom. But within few days he should be destroyed, neither in anger nor in battle.
I hope. Oh, this is getting kind of deep right here. Go to back to First Maccabees. Now y'all just saw this, right? This is crazy right here, man. Look at First Maccabees 1, verse 29. I hope y'all taking good notes. This is crazy, man. That just happened like this.
First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 29. And it reads, and after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude.
He just got through talking about the tax collector.
You just read it. Yep, just read it, elder. Fact.
Man, the scriptures is the truth. We just gotta know where to find stuff at.
Hallelujah.
So all this is lining up. Now we ain't through. We gotta go back to Daniel chapter 11. All y'all gotta do is be patient for us to hit the button and go back to Daniel so we can keep showing y'all this stuff. Watch this. Verse 21.
The book of Daniel, chapter 11, and this time, verse 21. And it reads, and his estate should stand up a vile person, to whom they should not give the honor of the kingdom, but he should come in peaceably and attain the kingdom by flatteries.
Go back to First Maccabees. We gotta find out if this stuff is true. First Maccabees 1, verse 10 and verse 30. If this ain't, man, Daniel like that.
First Maccabees chapter 10 and then verse 30. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus surnamed Epiphanes.
They said it was a vile person, right? Watch that.
Son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Verse 30. If y'all see this, this is crazy.
Verse 30. And spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit.
These are Greeks.
Just
this is
like
what they do. Go ahead, KZ.
For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel.
These are ancestors they doing this to.
Yes.
The thing you got to ask yourself now is, why ain't the people in the church getting upset, and why is they sitting under these people that did this to us? This is what y'all got to start asking them. They can't keep saying, we trying to be somebody else. I got videos out with sources ain't nobody even used. Called the Igbo letter and source and truth. Everybody said the same thing. We was all over in West Africa, flooded.
Yes.
We was in Southern Africa. We was in Central Africa. We was in Northern Africa.
Absolutely.
The converts that left during the Inquisition, they was in Northern Africa because y'all know they can't be in the sun like that. We're just being honest. We got to tell the truth. So they came, but they wasn't. If they the children of Israel, why they didn't put none of them on the slave ships and chains and nets?
Bring it out.
Come on now. Use common sense. Who had the most to gain when we went into captivity? We'll slide right on in. We'll slide right on in and we'll be the children of Israel. Come on.
We'll claim to be y'all. Facts.
Claim the throne. We're back in Daniel chapter 11 now. Verse 22 and 23. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all just don't want to say it. Can't be worried about what people think. We got to speak the truth. You don't address them like they have. We the ones have.
And the flatteries is smooth words, family. Words of deceit. That's what flatteries mean. Words of deceit. So he came in with the little smooth words, like he was bringing peace. Flatteries.
They say that in 21. They say he came in peacefully, just like
There you go.
Maccabees said.
There you go.
This is
Peacefully.
crazy right here, man.
Flatteries. Daniel chapter 11 and verse 22. And it reads, and with the arms of a flood should they be overflown from before him, and should be broken. Yea, also the prince of the covenant. And after the league made with him, he shall work deceitfully. For he shall come up and shall become strong with a small people.
Go back to 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 17 now. It's getting deeper and deeper. And just so everybody know, we almost at the finish line. Getting close. This is just a portion of this teaching. It's going to be a lot.
Verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Already. 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 17. Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants and horsemen and a great navy.
Now y'all see, all this is being talked about in Daniel. Now I'm wondering, people tell me, oh, I don't believe it. What are y'all reading right now? We back in Daniel and Maccabees is prophet, man. This is crazy. Verse 24. The Messiah talk about it. That's our witness. We can really go to Messiah too.
You said we're back in Daniel?
In Daniel 11, verse 24.
Okay, gotcha.
Y'all get ready to sit down in y'all chairs, because we finna read some stuff that a lot of people ain't gonna sit well with.
This is Daniel chapter 11 and verse 24. And it reads, he should enter peaceably, even upon the fattest places of the province. And he should do that which his fathers have not done, nor his fathers' fathers. He should scatter among them the prey and spoil and riches. Yea, he shall forecast his devices against the strongholds, even for a time.
Look at 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 37 and 38. Man, this is ridiculous right here, man. It's the tip of the iceberg.
And everything y'all reading in Daniel, remember, family, this is happening in Israel and Jerusalem. So putting it out there. So here we go. First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 37 and 38. And it reads, thus they shed innocent blood on every side of the sanctuary and defiled it.
The sanctuary they talking about is the temple.
It's the temple. Verse 38, insomuch that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them, whereupon the city was made a habitation of strangers, and became strange to those that were born in her, and her own children left her.
It's kind of, it makes me assume that it's saying they was going to lose their identity. That's what it's saying. Like, I don't know. You get scattered and bad stuff start happening, and you don't even want to be an Israelite no more. We'll see. Go back to Daniel chapter 11 now, because now it's going to be the long part now. Verse 25 through 28. Is this making sense?
A lot of sense. And it's all being lined up, precept on precept and line upon line, making a lot of sense.
It's being lined up. That's crazy.
We're in 25 now on down. The book of Daniel chapter 11, and this time verse 25 on down. And it reads, And he should stir up his power and his courage against the king of the south with a great army. And the king of the south should be stirred up to battle with a very great and mighty army. And he should not stand, for they shall forecast devices against him. Yea, they shall feed of the portion of his meat, shall destroy him. And his army shall overflow, and many shall fall down slain. And both these kings' hearts should be to do mischief, and they should speak lies at one table, but it should not prosper. But yet the end should be at the time appointed. Then shall he return into his own land with great riches, and his heart should be against the holy covenant, and he should do exploits and return to his own land.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41 through 56. Now the truth about these Greeks, where Christianity, what's the root of Christianity, all of it's getting ready to come out. Now we know it's a Greek worship. We know they ain't the people that wrote the scriptures. They not the people of the Bible. Now we finna find out who these Greeks really is.
41 through 50, right?
41 through 56.
56. Let's get it. First Maccabees again, chapter 1, verse 41 through 56. And it reads, moreover, the king Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
Religion. Let's be Christians. That means more to us than anything. Don't make no difference what ethnic group we is. We Israelites or we from Ghana. That don't matter. All that matters is that we Christians. We got to sit up under their laws and their teachings. Pay attention. Come on.
And everyone should leave his laws.
Why would we keep the Torah? That's going to expose that y'all can't sit under us in the first place. Don't the scriptures say y'all should be above only and not beneath if y'all listen?
Absolutely.
Don't Deuteronomy 17, 14 and 15, don't it say we can't have no rule over us if he's not one of us?
Absolutely.
So how are we sitting under the Greeks? If we got a Torah, that's why they teach the law done away with. No law.
Bring it out.
Absolutely no law. Wait a minute, we're going to let them read. I'm going to let you read it. Come on.
And everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
That's their culture. I'm not mad at them. That's the Gentiles. They follow their people. It's us that turn on each other and turn on our constitution. That's what my problem is. We can't be no light to the Gentiles when we falling up behind the Gentiles. Watch this.
Yay.
How y'all like that, chat? Come on.
Verse 43. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
Grecian.
Religion. And sacrifice unto idols.
Swag.
And profane the Sabbath.
Sunday. Y'all see this? This is Christianity right here. Now y'all understand what we up against. Come on.
Verse 44. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem.
Who's
and
the
the
messenger?
city of Jerusalem. Who's the
messengers represent the bishops, the pastors, the ministers. These they people to the theology school. Push our mindset of y'all scriptures on y'all own people. Watch this.
I gotta read that again because family, the worldwide audience, I'm telling you. He say he sent the letters by the messengers unto Jerusalem to do what? Let's see. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they shall follow the strange laws of the land.
Christmas, 4th of July, Valentine's Day.
Talk to him.
Y'all hear this? Thanksgiving. Y'all hear this? This it. This is it. This is the precursor of Hellenism, Christianity. Yes. Watch this.
Verse 45. And forbid burnt offering and sacrifice and drink offering in the temple, that they shall profane the Sabbaths and festival days.
Hey, they put the all of the everything in place with the colleges. all the collegiate sports and everything that's going to lotto. They got everything to keep us under the curses. Everything is set up to keep us on the bottom. Profane the Sabbath. Listen, everybody just stall for a second. Meditate on this. If the Most High Yahweh, right? If he tells us that we're supposed to rest on the Sabbath, it's the most holiest day and all that, right? We should be resting sunset Friday to sunset Saturday. Hands down, everybody, the whole world. But in all of the cities, in Los Angeles, Texas, Las Vegas, St. Louis, Chicago, Detroit, New York, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Cleveland, all these cities where we at deep. Everywhere we at, children of Israel. What is the days that we cut up on and act a donkey? Friday night and Saturday night. We can't wait. We can't wait for gun plays and turned up at the clubs, promiscuous men and women at the games. And we all should be in the house with our wives and kids on the Shabbat, studying, having dinner. The Sabbath is to build up the family and to promote a healthy family. The enemy don't want us being in that position because he want us to be away from our women and children. He want us to not have no connection with Yahweh. We spend time with Yahweh. Your wife proud of you, your son looking at you. Your daughter seeing how she's supposed to get treated because she's seeing how you treat her mother.
Mm-hmm.
This is what the Torah promotes. Why would they want us to keep our law? They want what we is now. They want us torn apart. They want us fighting baby mamas. They don't want wives. They want baby mamas. They want that to be. I'm telling you, I was going. Go ahead, KJ, finish me. Watch this.
Verse 46. And pollute the sanctuary and the holy people.
How they do that? Watch this.
Now, hold on, Elder Yashia. I want to drop a nugget on the family.
Go ahead, drop it.
Family. Everything that you're reading about in Daniel chapter 11, we also find in Maccabees, right? Antiochus Epiphanes, according to the scriptures, he already committed an abomination of desolation. So we know in the book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 31, when it say he should pollute the sanctuary, this is talking about Antiochus Epiphanes. But here go the nugget. Who is Matthew chapter 24, verse 15 talking about? Because remember, there's nothing new under the sun. That which was is that which should be. So if Antiochus Epiphanes already did an abomination of desolation, and we get to the book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 15, and that's the time of Rome, why is he still talking about an abomination of desolation? Because he's telling you that a future abomination of desolation, the same thing that Antiochus Epiphanes did, is going to return and it's going to happen again.
Facts.
I just wanted to drop that nugget on the people. Verse 46 again. And pollute the sanctuary and the holy people. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols
And pictures.
and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts.
You can pray over anything and it's made clean. You can do
what you want.
False offerings on the altar. They don't care about the temple. You got a pastor that's old. He's comparing the gold and the silver in Yahweh's temple to gold and silver on a Christmas tree. This is what Hellenism do to our people. Come on.
Verse 48. That they shall also leave their children uncircumcised.
Listen, the main teaching is we don't got to get circumcised. Now, y'all don't have to get circumcised. Y'all don't have no covenant unless y'all living amongst the Hebrews, like Abraham's servants was. Right? That ain't y'all, that's a covenant with us. But if y'all want to walk right with us, then y'all get circumcised. They don't want to.
Well, they lie and teach that Paul say we don't have to be circumcised. And I'm gonna be honest, when you read Brother Paul, Y'all twisting his words around. He did not say Paul was circumcised. Yahshua was circumcised. Paul is telling you, if all you leaning on is your circumcision, but you wicked, it profit you nothing.
Absolutely.
It's a change. Circumcise the mind with the foreskin being circumcised. Don't just circumcise the foreskin, but your mind ain't circumcised. What they're going to profit you? Your ancestor was circumcised in the wilderness and died. So that don't mean nothing. Right.
Deuteronomy 10:13 talk about
Talk to
circumcision of the heart.
Of the heart.
But listen, Acts 16, 1-3, Paul circumcised Timothy.
Sure did.
Nobody want to talk about that. They keep talking about who got to get, and just meditate on it. Because, you know, they got a false teaching for everything. Everything they, come on.
Verse 48 again, that they shall also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation.
Here's Christianity. This is Christianity served up in verse 49.
Verse 49. To the end that they might forget the law.
That's it. The law done away with.
Yep.
That's it. Now listen, that's one group. The other group, the Arabs, is Surah 275, the law tampered with. Oh, we know they teach us too. They read around the corner, they turn coming. Come on.
Verse 50.
Come on.
Oh, let me finish verse 49. To the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances.
Everything to suit Christianity. They act like Christianity is the children of Israel.
Yep.
It's not. And we ain't gonna have no compassion with that. We ain't giving up our heritage to no Greeks, no Greek teachers, and no Hellenized Hebrews. Come on.
Verse 50. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said, he should die.
Now they said none of this happened. They say ain't none of this happened. They said that the Christians ain't had nothing to do with the slave trade. That they leader, the Pope, didn't sanction it. That wasn't them doing all these atrocities, doing Jim Crow in the plantation era. They said this wasn't them. But they wrote all these books. How they was having lawn sales for people's body parts to get mutilated, doing all these things. There's a lot of stuff they did. I guess, man, I done read stuff that I don't even want to read live that they did. And they want us to submit to those people's religion. You got to be kidding me. That defies comprehension. Come on.
Verse 51. In the self-same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom. Christianity. And appointed overseers over all the people.
Pastors.
Commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city.
Easter and Christmas.
Then many of the people will gather unto them, to wit, everyone that forsook the law.
The law done away with Christianity's teaching.
And so they committed evils in the land.
No Sabbath, no laws, no feasts.
And drove the Israelites into secret places.
This our church now. Y'all ain't got no church.
Even whithersoever they could flee for succor. Now on the 15th day of the month, Cassander, it's the 140th year. They set up the abomination of desolation. Hold on, listen again, y'all. They set up the abomination of desolation. This is way before Matthew 24, verse 15.
Come on.
I'm just putting it out there.
All the dates on this.
Already.
All the dates because K. Judah just told y'all the truth. Come on.
The abomination of desolation upon the altar, and builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side.
Churches.
Yes. Verse 55. And burn incense at the door of their houses and in the streets. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, which they found, they burned them with fire.
You know, they all teach that this never happened. Why they can't find a lot of manuscripts in Africa? They got them. They found them in Ethiopia.
Yep.
They found some in Nigeria, and they found some in Angola. It should be more, but y'all see what they was doing.
Burning. Burning.
Just pay attention, y'all. This ain't, I got other witnesses. I got a whole teaching on book burners. But we'll deal with that later. We got a lot of teachings for y'all. Y'all, we're going to be all right. Watch this.
Verse 57. And whosoever was found with any of the book of the testament, or if any committed to the law, the king commandment was that they should be put to death.
Why? Why do they hate our law so much? Romans 3:20, by the law is the knowledge of sin.
Right.
If you don't got no law, then you're not sinning. What they doing in church, they them boys switching and stuff, that's fine. Don't judge them. Come as you are. Listen, they got a script for everything. All right, we're back in Daniel now. We almost done now. We only got a few left. Daniel 11, verse 29 and 30. Told y'all we wasn't playing. We wasn't making none of this stuff up. This ain't nothing right. What do y'all see what they did to the y'all don't even understand what they did, man. It's so wicked, man. These Gentiles off the chain, man.
This is Daniel chapter 11, verse 29 and 30. And it reads, at the time appointed, he should return and come toward the south, but he should not be as the former or as the latter. For the ships of Shittim shall come against him. Therefore he should be grieved and return and have indignation against the holy covenant. So should he do. He should even return and have intelligence with them that forsake the holy covenant.
Back to 1 Maccabees chapter 1 again, this time verse 20.
First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 20. And after that Antiochus had smitten Egypt, he returned again in the 143rd year and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude.
Everybody's not lying. Now this is tough. Y'all see how this stuff is happening. Look at we're in Daniel chapter 11, verse 31. We only got a few verses left now.
This is Daniel chapter 11 and verse 31. And it reads, an arm shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination that make it desolate.
That's Rashi Kamam in Hebrew, abomination of desolation. Now watch this. Go back to 1 Maccabees chapter 1. Let's read it again. Now, K. Judah words from the ring in y'all ears. I told y'all we wasn't making this stuff up. Verse 54.
First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 54. And it reads, now on the 15th day of the month, Cassander, is the 145th year. They set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar and builded idols and builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side.
Y'all see this? So all this stuff is lining up like it was right across from each other.
Fact.
We got one more trip to Daniel and we done. We ready for questions. Daniel 11 verse 32 through 35. That's
Excellent.
covered already. We already
Excellent.
covered that in Maccabees, but we're gonna read the verses in Daniel now.
Excellent, elder. Excellent. All praise to the Most
We
High.
just laid
Thank
the
you, Mr.
foundation. It's gonna get deeper and deeper as we go further into this teaching, because I'm gonna line these dates up now.
Oh, hold on. Daniel's 11. Hold up.
Man, this stuff crazy, man. Daniel book like that.
There we go. Yes. Starting from chapter 1 all the way to the last chapter 12. You're right. It's like that. What verse you want?
Start at 32
Already.
through 35.
This is Daniel chapter 11, verse 32 through 35. And it reads, and such as do wickedly against the covenant, shall he corrupt by flatteries. Then we read that. But the people that do know their Elohim should be strong and do exploits. And they that understand among the people shall instruct many. Yet they shall fall by the sword, and by flame, and by captivity, and by spoil many days. Now when they shall fall, they should be hoping with a little help. But many shall cleave to them with flatteries. And some of them of understanding shall fall, to try them, and to purge, and to make them white, even to the time of the end, because it is yet for a time appointed.
And y'all know
Y'all
what they
see?
said. This it. Go ahead, K. Judah.
No, you see that? Y'all see how that went way beyond Daniel just now? He say to the time of the end. What end? Our end. So this is talking about Antiochus, the Maccabees, Alexander and his generals. But y'all have to remember, the scriptures can be talking about a certain dispensation of time, and the Lord can go straight prophetic over your head all the way to the end. This is what this is talking about. That's why he say to make them white and to purge them, even to the time of the end, because it is a time appointed. This is what he's telling us. Verse 36. And the king should do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the Elohim of Elohims, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. For that is determined shall be done. What indignation, Elder Yashia? The indignation that was poured upon us, then it's going to be accomplished to the time of the end. What do the Bible say? We shall fall by the sword until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Immediately after that, Yahshua gonna come after the great tribulation. Ain't that what the book say?
Come on.
Immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun not gonna give his light, the stars, the sun and the moon, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man. So this is talking about the end, family, our end. Nothing new under the sun. Antiochus is what that man would do in our time, which is the abomination of desolation all over again. Whoever he should be, that's gonna come. That's it. Excellent lesson, man. Excellent, bro.
Any questions?
Woo.
Thank you, brother.
Excellent. Excellent lesson, man. Yep. Luke 21, Elder Barrel Watt. Absolutely. Luke 21. Facts. Excellent lesson. Do anybody have any questions for Elder Yashia? Powerful. Y'all missing out, family. You know, the people that come and then you just leave. Hey, I can't tell you to stay, but you're missing out on excellent teachings, timelines, the history of Israel, our culture. You're missing out, family. You know, people who really want knowledge, they gonna sit here and get it. And those who don't, all we can do is give you the word, and it's upon you if you're hungry enough to seek it. But this was excellent, man. Thank you, Arca 007, for putting all the information in the chat, my sister.
Oh,
Appreciate
yes. Thank you very much, sister.
So I'm gonna just wait, Elder, to see if anybody have any questions. Yes, Oracle, this was dynamic. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is powerful.
Yes. Thank you, sister. No problem. What we supposed to do, share the information with each other.
That's right. Facts. If anybody want the timeline that Elder Yashia put together, he sent me an email. Everything is beautifully put together. If anybody want this lesson that he just did, just email me. Y'all have my email, and I'll send it to you, and you can have the whole timeline with everything, the scriptures, everything. And you can go back over it on your own and just also listen back to this message. Just in case, it was something that you didn't understand, you can either ask it now or, just go back over it on your own. Yes, it was powerful. Yes, it was powerful. Yes. No problem, Elder Barrel Wop. No problem.
Make sure y'all stick in because we got a lot. This just the bringing everybody into this. We got a lot.
Yes, absolutely.
It's for y'all. I want y'all to get it so y'all can study it and make see if what y'all being shown is right. It's wasn't too hard to figure that out based off of how this just played out though.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. When Elder Yashia be telling y'all we don't rehearse none of this, we don't. But when he was telling y'all about Cleopatra, I went on my own when I was reading the book of Daniel, and I said, man, who is this woman and this king of the south and the king of the north, and they going against each other? So the Most High opened up my eyes, and I started putting it together that these people was from the split of Alexander the Great's kingdom. Ptolemy had Cleopatra. That's where she come from when he was ruling over Egypt. Because remember, Ptolemy had relations with a Egyptian. Is I'm telling the truth, Elder?
Absolutely.
He had relations with an Egyptian. They had Cleopatra. And I'm pretty sure she had some color to it. She had some melanin to her. Because the Egyptians, we know they got the same skin color as us. So I'm pretty sure she had, some melanin to her. The point that I'm making, though, is that when you read the book of Daniel, you get to chapter 11, you have to do research to understand what are they talking about? Who is this woman? Cleopatra. The Most High is talking about Cleopatra in the Bible. The woman they make movies about, and yeah, she in the scriptures. Okay, let me see. Somebody asks. Let me go back up first. Okay, here you go, Elder Yashia. Great lesson. I have a question. How is the third temple going to be holy, seeing that the true children of Yashala are going to build it? It would be built by the Khazars.
Well, wait a minute. Here go. I want you to meditate on what I'm about to tell you. Why do y'all think they had Operation Moses and all of this when they flew all those people out of Ethiopia over there? Do y'all
and Solomon, Elder.
Right. And so, yeah, and Operation Solomon. I'm looking at something that this Gentile lady just tried to make a comment in Facebook. They keep thinking that we're running from We're not running from DNA. I just did a video with Rabbi Demoda. I don't know if y'all all aware. The converts over in Israel, the Jews, they done wrote a letter acknowledging that one of the largest tribes in West Africa are ancient Israelites. So we don't need nobody else justification. They just finally coming and starting to tell the truth. I guess the spirit of truth coming on them. So we over there. So you notice they've been trying to bring all of the Igbos back over to Israel, but they want to convert us to Judaism. We're not converting to their religion.
Nope.
Them our books. All them scrolls y'all got over there. Everything y'all, all that stuff, that's ours. right? And Yahweh, when he get ready, he's going to return it to us. It's just that simple. So the temple getting built, that's why they bringing all of the quote unquote dark people back over there, because they know that the moment one of them set foot in that temple, acting like they're a priest and try to do some offerings, man, ain't no telling what might happen.
Facts.
Yeah, they banned DNA tests in Israel too. That's right, Macman 007. That's right. Because they know, they say they got David's sepulcher over there, right?
Yep.
If y'all think y'all us, open the sepulcher up and let's run the DNA based off of us. We'll find out what it's hidden for then. So they know.
I'ma go to it for him too, Elder. Thank you for the question, brother. But watch this. Watch what the Bible about to do. Elder Yashiyah just made a great point to you. Now, he had me read Daniel chapter 11 and verse 31, right? And
Right.
it said, an arm shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination that make it desolate. Now, I want you to know this, brother. What verse 31, this is the time of the Maccabees when Antiochus Epiphanes did this, right? Now, watch what the Bible say in Revelations 11. He's not going to call this a place of his worship. That's why he say, put it outside the court. Watch this. Let's go to Revelations chapter 11. Let me go to Revelations chapter 11. And I'm going to also read the time frame that this is talking about so it can make sense to you, brother. Okay, this is Revelations 11, verse 1 and 2 and 3. Watch this. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod. And the angel stood, saying, rise and measure the temple of Elohim and the altar and them that worship therein. Watch this though. But the court, which is without the temple, leave out. So he's separating his holy place from what the Gentiles are about to do. Leave out and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city should they tread underfoot 42 months, which is 3.5 years. When you go back to the book of Daniel chapter 7, he tell you about this man who's going to wear out the saints for a time, and a dividing of time. So 3.5 years and 42 months, or 1260, is the same time frame that Matthew chapter 24, verse 15, when you see the abomination of desolation stand in a holy place, flee to the mountains. Revelations 11, Matthew 24 and verse 15, that is not talking about Daniel chapter 11, verse 31. That time didn't happen already with Antiochus Epiphanes. We talking about a future event that's going to happen. So this is not something holy that is being built for Yah. This temple is being built for this man of sin that's going to come on the scene. Watch this. One more scripture. And this is going to seal the deal. 2 Thessalonians. That's why he said it is given to them to do it for a time, and half a time. The Most High temple going to be forever. This man temple just going to be for a time, and half a time. This is where's 2 Thessalonians at? Okay, here we go. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Watch what this is about to say. I'm going to go right here. Go right here, brother. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. It say, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day should not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed. See, this ain't talking about no Antiochus Epiphanes, the son of perdition, who imposed and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God, sitting in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So what temple he gonna sit in? He gonna sit in the temple that he say, leave out. Do not measure this. It is given to the Gentiles to tread underfoot for 42 months. So this man, son of perdition, that's going to come on the scene, he's going to sit in a temple like he is God, but it is not the most high temple that's going to be built when Zerubbabel be raised up with the 7 in the book of Zechariah. See, that's why I say this stuff get deep, but I don't want to go too deep on you. Read about Zerubbabel who went back after 70 AD with the children of Israel. That's that same Zerubbabel in the book of Zechariah. And Joshua, you remember, the priest. Zerubbabel is the one Christ said, you have laid this foundation of this house and you're going to finish it. That's a whole different temple from this Revelations 11 verse 1 and 2 temple. This is an abomination. And what the Most High say, leave out this abomination. Don't measure that, man. They don't got nothing to do with me. That's given for them to tread underfoot 42 months. That ain't my temple. My temple gonna be built in Jerusalem, which is Zion. So I pray that help you out. But let me finish this real quick. It said that verse 4, who exposed and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God. This is not the temple of God. You got to understand what this is saying. He sitteth in the temple like he God. But we know God ain't even a God. We call him the Most High Yah or Yahweh. Because there are many gods. So when people say God, what God are you talking about? We talking about Elohim, the Most High, Yahweh. So this temple that this man gonna sit in don't got nothing to do with Yahweh. It got everything to do with them people that's in the land waiting on the false Messiah. They're gonna build a temple thinking he gonna bring them peace, and it's gonna be the abomination of desolation, and he gonna stop the daily sacrifice. Why you think they over there trying to train people to be priests? Why you think they looking for a red heifer?
That's right.
Got to purify themselves first before they can do any sacrifices, right? This is all in the book, man. All book. Hold on, Elder Yashaya. Brother Yakoba had a question. So let me go to his question at the top. Right. Let me see. Where you at, brother? Oh, here you go. He said another question as well. Do you see the understanding of Daniel understood at the end apocrypha hidden books?
What do you mean?
What you mean, Yakoba? Yes. Lent for Yashala. Absolutely. That's why the Bible say he don't desire women. Who is the only people on earth who don't desire women? Because Antiochus Epiphanes had a son. So he desired some woman. But this man that coming, he don't desire no woman.
Pope.
That's them popes.
There you go.
That's them popes. That's why y'all better go read about the vicar of Christ. Vascarius Fili, which is the substitute for the Son of God on earth.
Ask him, is he talking about Daniel 12, verse 4, I think. I think because he ain't real clear with this talking about hidden knowledge. Daniel chapter 12, verse 4 coming, man.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Another question is
Nama, that's them. Some of the people at over there, they a lot of them went up there tonight for that.
Yeah, our brother Elder Barawak and our sister Sagala, his wife, they over there. I know that's gonna be interesting and fun. But Yakoba, we trying to get understanding. So you say, and another question as well, do you see the understanding of Daniel understood at the end apocrypha hidden books? Can you just clear that up for us a little bit, please?
Yeah, just so I can answer. I think I know what you're saying, but I want to make sure.
Oh, you're talking about, the knowledge was hidden.
see if you can go to Daniel 12, verse 4, because I want to make sure this is what he's talking
I
about.
got you. Yes, sir. Okay.
You know, that's talking about the resurrection of the dead, everything in Daniel 12.
Facts. It is.
Make
Absolutely.
sure.
Yes, it is. This is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many should run to and fro, and knowledge should be increased.
Is that what you're talking about, brother, that verse? Brother Yikwaba?
Oh, okay. Look, elder. He said, because they took our language and removed the books. So let me go back to the original statement because it's spread it out. So let me see. He asks, can you go where they're divided? Hold on. Let me see. Because the Greeks and the brass and Rome iron and the iron and the clay, our generations, just trying to see how it ties in. Well,
So,
go ahead, elder. Go ahead, elder. You got
I was
this.
gonna tell him that, you know, I don't know if y'all know this, and I've been encouraging everybody to attend the Hebrew class.
Facts.
And one thing I want everybody to know is we do these teachings for our people. I don't really care about views to the extent. I just want people to view it so as many our people can get a hold of these things as possible.
Facts.
It's
Absolutely.
more than one book of revelations in scripture. When you read Hebrew, it tells you what the book is, what the title is. It's generally in the first line of the book. So we got multiple books that are called what's called Kazawan in Hebrew, and that means revelations. Isaiah is one, Obadiah, Daniel, and Nahum. So those are 4 Old Testament books that are revelation, and they have a lot of high teachings in there, right?
Yes.
So you will see Daniel with like what you just said is talking about the brass and the iron, and it all pointing back to Greece and Rome. You see the same thing in Revelations.
Facts.
And so some of the books that they talking about in Daniel 12 verse 4, it's some things in the Apocrypha that he is alluding to, because some of the Dead Sea Scrolls is alluded to. Tobit, Baruch, I think it's one more in the Apocrypha, but the knowledge is being increased mainly and primarily by what we can trust through a lot of the Dead Sea Scroll writings. Now we got not just knowledge in manuscripts and stuff, but artifacts being found. They doing these mass importing people from Africa into Israel, and you got to ask yourself why. They got letters and stuff, and I've been doing videos. It would behoove everybody that's in here to learn. Come over there and see what we present, because they are. We had a couple of the big time rabbis over there, the darker skin or the darker skin hue, our people. And they came and they've made us aware that they made it official that one of the largest ethnic groups in West Africa is in fact ancient Israelites. And they've been saying this. The rabbis and stuff been knew this over in England and over in different parts of the world. They been knew we was over here over in Africa when we was running. They knew that, and we got all the letters and stuff. So don't let these people that's trying to dissuade y'all from talking about DNA. They knew who we was in the first place. What they ought to be worried about is where did their DNA come from. We know who we is. So all these things is leading back to one thing, because we gotta find where we are so the ceilings and all that stuff could be done, more efficiently.
Right.
So we
Right.
there. We just gotta study. We gotta find the right place where we supposed to be to get the right teachings. That's all it is. Because a lot of people is teaching stuff that is not profitable. It ain't profitable to nothing that y'all got going on. Nothing at all.
Talk to him, man.
So the things that all these little groups over here is doing, they profitable. We talking about salvation. We talking about people getting prepared. We talking about love. We talking about truth. These things y'all want to hear about. We ain't excluding nobody else. We just going along with the scripture say. It got to go through us teaching y'all, not the other way around.
Okay.
Yeah. Oracle got something in there. That's man, I like to build with her on that. That's that's absolutely right, Oracle. I just did a video called the Igbo Letter Sources and Truth. You may want to I sent it to K Judah so he can
the
send you
22 sources, right?
Yeah, the 20.
Yes.
You got an email, right?
I got it. Yep. I'll give it to him.
Send it to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
22 sources. I mean, powerful too. I'll send it to you, Oracle. Me and Yashiya, we got them on like index. Like we put them on index. So they real nice and presentable. So if I'm telling y'all, if anybody, like Elder Yashiya always say, man, look, email me. He give me a lot of sources, man. He give me a lot of information. And what I do with this information is I make it look real nice. I put it by name. So when I send it to you, you don't got to just look at it. No, his name is numbered. Everything is in order. So if y'all want these things, just email me or email my brothers, with the information that they already have. And they do not mind giving it to y'all, family, because like Elder Yashiya say, we here for y'all. This is what we here to do is, educate our people with our culture, history, and, the gospel, the truth of Yahweh and his son. That's what we here for, family. So if y'all want these things, just let me know. I email it to y'all. Y'all can email Elder Yashiya and them, and he'll send it directly to y'all. Or Elder Barawak, he'll send it to y'all. I mean, like he give me a lot of information. I write this stuff down. And I look these things up and I connect a lot of dots just based on the information he give me. And all these things are true. When you line it up with the scriptures, with history, there's no denying, man, everything that the people wrote, even Gentiles, the books they write with our history to let you know who we are. Everybody know, family. Everybody know who you are. Everybody know who you are. And everybody want to be you, but you got to want to be you.
Yep.
Everybody want to be you.
Look at that video. Them sources. Ain't nobody had nothing to say since I put that out there.
That's another thing Elder Yashiya got me on. I bought a lot of books. I got the Dead Sea Scrolls. What's mandatory? That? Yep. I got all the Dead Seas. I got other books he told me to get. Man, I want the full story. I want to connect the dots. I don't want to be lazy. I want to be like I'm hungry. I want the truth, man. And how you gonna be a teacher with half truth? Or how you gonna be a teacher but you don't study and you ain't hungry for the truth? It's just cool to come up and you might teach here and there, but no. You got to be zealous for this. The Most High do not like lazy people. You got to be zealous. You got to be hungry. You got to want to do this. Some people don't want to do this. Some people do want to do this. So we hungry over here. Elder Barawak, Elder Yashiya, myself, a lot of brothers and sisters in the chat, a lot of Israelites worldwide, they hungry. And you can see it in their teachings that they study because they can edify people and answer questions. Because some people don't like you asking them questions or disagreeing with them. Elder Yashiya and them don't mind none of that. They don't mind you disagreeing with them. You know what Elder Yashiya gonna tell you? Because I've been listening to him for a while. Just know what you're talking about. That's it. Don't mind you disagreeing, but you better know what you're talking about, though.
So we got one more thing I want to throw out there. Not only is this Saturday gonna be a really It's going to be really enlightening. But next Saturday,
Okay.
we going over why we got these different shades of tone amongst the people.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be something. We got some sources from some ancient manuscripts that we got. Y'all gonna find very interesting. Dealing with some things. It's a few theories. Y'all, I think y'all gonna really like it. So please be there.
Facts. My sister have a question, Elder Yashia. Namaria said she have a question about communion. About communion. The
Okay.
understanding of communion.
All right, let me just explain it to you.
Okay.
You know, sis, you can't find communion in scripture. That's a innovation from the Catholic Church, where they stole from Passover from the Passover meal and concocted the Lord's Supper and communion. It's no one thing you're gonna note, and because I brought this Daniel teaching because they had been making a new false teaching, and because we was attacking Christmas so bad, so they said, they don't even talk about Hanukkah, none of that stuff in scripture. And see, they didn't know this. They didn't know this. So I'm saying that to tell you, anything that's part of our worship that you cannot find recorded in the Old Testament is more than likely because it is almost 100% certainty it's not true. You should be able to find anything because that's where the initial instructions is given it for us to walk in. So
Mhm.
it ain't no instructions for communion. It ain't none for Easter. It ain't none for Christmas. It ain't none for Thanksgiving. None of the stuff they doing, they don't have instructions for. What they do based off of flawed translation in English, they'll try to make up an entire doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
And so if it's not consistent with the Old Testament, that's what Paul was talking about in 1 Corinthians 10:11. He said, the things I'm talking about in verses 1 through 10 are for our examples and for our warnings. And then in Romans 15:4, he say it's for our learning.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the purpose of the Old Testament is. Show us how to walk. It shows us what to receive as truth and what to reject as falsehood.
Facts. Facts.
So yeah, communion ain't true. That's Catholic Church.
My sister Arca 007, Elder Yashia, she said, many daughters relate the eating of my flesh and drink of my blood as cannibalism. Do you already have a lesson showing why people believe that and proving that this is not true?
Well, it's all centered around the Passover teaching. Um, I got something in the catalog. I asked Sagala, but I can throw something together for us and make it edifying. Probably be 2 weeks before y'all get it because we got some more stuff in front of it. It's simple though. And what I mean when I say simple is you got to remember they talk about that. They know that he's speaking in a lot of symbolisms and proverbs in the scripture, but they use that to try to detract from the Messiah. But they don't say nothing when ain't none of his bones broken or none of that kind of stuff. They go to that passage. The blood. Remember, he was the lamb in the very beginning, and I'm not talking about Exodus 12. Nobody ain't talking about Exodus Genesis chapter 21, 22. That Genesis 22. That's when he said that he was going to appear himself as a lamb. But they don't talk about that because people ain't reading Hebrew. So
Right.
yes, Oracle. I'm gonna have we just had K Judah just set it up and we could get online or whatever and I'll
Yeah,
break it down for you real. It won't take that long.
absolutely. Facts.
You don't gotta wait 2 weeks. Just have K Judah get us online together. I got you.
Absolutely. Facts. Yeah, thank you, Elder Bear Walk. Absolutely. That is facts. The eating of the bread and blood was symbolic. That is facts, family. He was not literally telling them to eat his flesh and drink his blood. It was symbolic to what they did back in the Old Testament, the law, when they used to sacrifice the animals. That's what he was talking about, because he's the lamb that take away the sins of the world.
John 1:29.
Absolutely, Elder Yashiyah. So when he told them to eat my flesh, drink my blood, it was symbolic, because he had a cup right there in his hand and he broke the bread. So I don't see how people got that confused. You know, he actually gave them food. You know,
y'all got to remember this too. You got Paul in Hebrews 4:14 through 16, and Peter over in 1 Peter 2:21 and 22. Both of them said that the Messiah never sinned. Those are the two witnesses to certify the Torah requirements for what's truth. You got two men in scripture saying the same thing. All right. So they both said he didn't sin. We know that 1 John 3 verse 4 says that sin is the transgression of the law. So this means he never broke the law. So why would he now come up and tell us to drink his blood, and when we know blood is forbidden, and eat his flesh when we know both of those is forbidden? So if we think as the children of Israel think and know, this is a symbolism of him telling us to observe this Passover meal forever. Like he said, do it in remembrance of him in Luke chapter 7, verse 19 and 20. This is a big thing going on Facebook, because I asked that question to the brothers and sisters in the Christian church. How did Christmas replace this when Christmas ain't in scripture, but he told us to do the Passover meal in remembrance of him?
Right.
Because the big thing is, show me in the New Testament, show me anywhere in the New Testament, even though that ain't even the New Testament yet, because his blood wasn't shed yet. Listen, we got
right.
Everything got to be lined up and accurate.
Facts. Yeah, that was cold right there. The blood wasn't even shed yet.
Yeah.
They be thinking they have some, Elder, but you know,
yeah,
like I say, you start dropping them nuggets on them. Yeah, Yaquaba, you said, can you go to where they divided the land, K. Judah and Obadiah? Well, you know, the land was divided before that, but in the time of Obadiah, I'll go to it for you though. At the time of Obadiah, you know, it mentioned you should not have looked on Judah and Jerusalem in the time of their calamity. So the land was already divided by time the book of Obadiah. That was, I mean, that's a long stretch from the time that the land was divided. I mean, we talking the time of Solomon, you know, because Saul ruled over all the kingdom, David ruled over all the kingdom, and Solomon ruled. He was ruling over all the kingdom until he started sinning and making all them idols.
They didn't break up to his son Rehoboam.
There you go, Rehoboam.
Remember, he told Solomon he wasn't going to take it from him for David.
You sure right. You sure right. Thank you, Elder. Thank you for that. You sure right. Yes, sir. You sure right. He did not take it from Solomon. He took it from his son, and then it got split between Rehoboam and Jeroboam. Gave him 10, gave him 1.
No, Sister Oracle, the Greeks, they're responsible for some stuff, but a lot of these things are Israelites making up teachers against the Messiah, because a lot of them don't believe in the Messiah.
Yeah,
they're not fully operating under the spirit of truth.
Yep.
Because if you don't believe in the Messiah, what covenant you in? So if we ain't under grace, then a lot of y'all supposed to be killing each other. Y'all gonna be dead.
Yep.
You know, with some of the things y'all doing. So yeah, the Greeks, they got their role in a lot of stuff, but that part right there ain't one of them.
I don't know why people get mad when Elder Yashiyah tell people that you know, we can't depend upon Greek, that the New Testament, they actually got a Hebrew New Testament, and he actually gave me the video. Showing me the Hebrew New Testament, but it wasn't in a book form, it was on some scrolls. You know, and you know, he showed me the video.
We got it from our best friends, the Jews.
Yep.
They don't believe in the Messiah. This is what people don't understand. I thought everybody knew this. They've been said that they got the New Testament Hebrew original, but they don't believe in the Messiah. So the enemy wants to put confidence in what he had translated because it's got a lot of errors, a lot of translation errors. And as you can see when we discuss Christmas, they're never going to be on the same page with us because they don't have the care, the concern for the sanctity of the holy things that we do.
Fact.
To them, they would take the temple or whatever, they'll do all type of stuff in the temple because that's what they was taught. An Israelite that's practicing right and walking right, they would rather die before they do something like that because the temple is sacred to us. It's not to them. So y'all got to understand this. Christmas is sacred to them, not Passover.
Fact.
And this ain't too difficult to understand what I'm saying. Yahweh Yahweh, that don't mean nothing to them. They want Lord and Jesus. That's just, I mean, it is what it is. We got to accept it. We got to pray for them and walk right. Let them see us walking right. And hopefully some of them will come sincerely instead of coming to find a way to try to come against what it is we know is to be the truth.
Already, Elder Yashia. Now, Yakoba, I want you to look at this is Obadiah. You asked me about the land being divided. Watch how cold the Most High is in his speech. Because I pay attention to every little detail in scripture. Watch how cold he is. This is Obadiah 1 and verse 10. He say, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob. Hold up, time out. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when he say Jacob, he talking about Israel. Now watch this. Let me show you that even though he said Jacob, because Esau had violence against Jacob, meaning Israel. But let's see what he did though. I'm going to jump down to verse 11 real quick. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem. You see that, brother? Verse 12. He said, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah. See? This, like the kingdom was already split at this time. Obadiah right here, what we read is when Esau was helping the Romans capture Judah and Jerusalem. The Bible says you was just like one of them. So the northern kingdom was already taken down, but remember, some of the northern kingdom was still with Judah and Jerusalem. See, this is what people gotta understand too. Just because he say Judah and Jerusalem doesn't mean Benjamin wasn't right there. Doesn't mean that some of the northern kingdom wasn't right there. That Judah the head tribe, so they was under the banner of Judah. Just like when it say the northern kingdom, Levi is Levi, right? Asher is Asher, but guess who the Lord always say? Ephraim. He say Ephraim should not vex Judah and Judah should not vex Ephraim. So do Ephraim make up all the rest of the tribes? No, he was just the head tribe over the 10. And Judah and Jerusalem is the head over Benjamin, some of Levi, and the northern kingdom that was with them.
Hey, everybody don't know that, K. Judah.
I know.
Everybody don't know that it was the remnants of it, when the kingdom got split, that it was still 10 tribes was still, some of them was still with Judah. Wow. And
Yeah.
another thing that just to throw a little thing with what he said. Man, what was I getting ready to say? It was something about don't lose my train of thought. Dealing with the
Dealing with the northern king, the 10 tribe.
Wait a minute. Wait, just say a few things so it'll come back to me.
Okay. Yeah. What I was saying is that in the time of Jeroboam, he was wicked.
Oh, yes, that's it. Can't do the thing. Jeroboam is they refer to Ephraim over the 10 tribes because that's according to 1 Kings, I believe it's chapter 12. Yeah, 1 Kings 11 and 12. Jeroboam is from Ephraim. And y'all know that Jeroboam is the wickedest king in the history of Israel. Ahab ain't worse than Jeroboam. It's sad, but remember it said they all kept continuing in the sins of Jeroboam. All through Kings. That's what they continued in the sins of Jeroboam. He's from Ephraim. So yeah. I got a teaching on that too. We got a teaching on that. Sins of Jeroboam.
Yeah, Jacoba. Yeah, I'm looking at my phone because the screen, but yeah. When 70 AD happened, I got a encyclopedia called The Last 2 Million Years, and it actually tell you in there when they came up against 70 AD, but the Most High is telling you that Edom was helping them against Judah and Jerusalem. So the Most High told Edom and Jerusalem, for your violence against your brother Jacob, because he had violence against Israel as a whole. It ain't just no Judah and Jerusalem. It's just in the time of Judah and Jerusalem calamity, Esau, perpetual hatred that he was helping the Romans. That's why in Psalms 137, what do it say? It say in the time, Edom said what? Raise it, meaning destroy it to the foundation. He called Edom the daughter of Babylon. He called Edom the daughter of Babylon. When Nebuchadnezzar ruled, wasn't it called Babylon? When the Medes and the Persians took over, they didn't change the name. It was still called Babylon. When the Greeks ruled, Babylon. When the Romans came on the scene, Babylon. That's why when you read Isaiah 13, that ain't Nebuchadnezzar Babylon. That went way in the future, family. Because Nebuchadnezzar Babylon wasn't taken down by many nations. It was taken down by one man, killed his son at night, and the Medes and the Persians took over. Darius took over. Nebuchadnezzar's son died that night from getting carried away with the gold, the cups. He was drinking, got a little drunk, started worshiping the silver and gold and all that, and a hand came out of nowhere and rode up against the plaster and say, look, partner, your kingdom has been weighed in the balance. Many to care you farson. Your kingdom is given to the Medes and the Persian. Guess what, family? It was never taken down by many nations. So when you read Isaiah 13, Jeremiah chapter 50 and 51, when he say Babylon should be destroyed by many nations, that is not Nebuchadnezzar or Babylon. That went way into the future. Revelation 13, Babylon. You know the one with the 10 crowns on his head? You know the one that got the 7 heads and 10 horns? That is not Nebuchadnezzar or Babylon, people. That is the European Union Babylon.
Come on.
With the 10 nations.
We got some on that too in the library.
I can't wait till we do it. So, man, that's y'all, the Most High just give us understanding because we study these things. Anybody can get understanding if they seek Yahweh. Yeah, that's it, man. We ain't make it like we better than our brother and sister, like we know everything. No. What I'm saying is that if you want the same understanding that has been granted to us, you got to seek him just like we do. And I guarantee you're going to be able to do the same thing we doing right now, is breaking these things down and answering these questions according to the scriptures. Okay, somebody said, okay, hold on, let me see.
I love your chat. Your chat hungry. I love this.
Oh, Land Escape said there was also a big key that helped me unlocking the Bible was understanding the point of time in history when the two kingdoms was divided. Absolutely, Land Escape. Absolutely. Once you understand, that and go forward, because Elder Yashiyah, man, y'all don't understand the way he can give timelines, the way he give dates, when this happened, when this person died, when this happened. If you haven't heard the lesson he did about the time of the judges and the 450 years, man, y'all need to go watch that lesson, man. I got it on my channel. They got it on their channel. The way he break down timelines, I have never seen done in Israel. I'm just keeping it real. I'm learning so much from these brothers. So it goes to show you we don't know everything because we learning things we never heard. Family, just people afraid to admit when they learning from other people, because by them studying themselves, they think in their mind that, man, can't no other man show me anything, and that's not true. No, I never heard these teachings, man. Like, I'm learning things I never heard, family, and I write it down. I put it in the archives. So in the future, what I learned from Elder Yashiyah and Elder Belwak, I can teach somebody now. When they ask me the timeline, I got all the timeline. I got it. I wrote it down. I got the dates. So if somebody say, man, how you know the Lord really? How you know the flood happened? I got the dates from Elder Yashia. I can show you. Go ahead, Elder.
No, that's what we. I'm a student. Barry Walker, all of us students. We students. We learning. We forever learning. Iron sharpen iron. We gotta. We can. But one thing for sure, error. It can get immediately dismissed. If that right there ain't gonna fly in the mist. No error. Like somebody pushing something that ain't that's false. No. It's a difference in seeing something in another angle than something that's false. Those two different matters.
Big salute, Israelite Judite, my brother Yavin. Big salute. Do anybody have any other questions for me and Elder Yashia? You know, before we shut it down, because Elder Yashia, he wants y'all to ask questions, man. For real. If y'all don't understand something, please ask questions.
Because now we're gonna pick up tomorrow. We're gonna pick up tomorrow with some more of this. This is a you know, they talk about in Hebrews 11:35 about people being tortured. Where y'all think they got that from?
Right.
You don't see that in the Bible, in the King James Bible. Where was people getting tampered at? What was they getting tampered about? I mean, what was they getting tortured about? So a lot of people that go to Sunday service ain't gonna want to hear these teachings because it exposes a lot of their teachings. Y'all Israelites, y'all need to know these things. Y'all need to be able to look through and don't run from no New Testament. Y'all don't stop being afraid to read Paul. Paul ain't saying nothing different than nobody else, the rest of the Bible. They all saying the same thing. They just have a few verses that they're able to twist because how they got words translated. That's why I keep telling y'all these translations, you got to go look these words up because they done did a lot of stuff to suit their agenda. But one thing they mainly do, even when they translate something false like Easter in Acts 12:4, when you look it up in the concordance, it'll tell you, no, it's the Passover. Then you'd be like, well, why did y'all say Easter? Well, we just wanted to confuse. Basically, we just want to confuse enough people where they believe it's Easter. If they believe it's Easter, they're going to say it's Easter. You ain't going to be able to convince them otherwise. So now, if they believe it's Christmas, then they're going to fight for Christmas. Y'all saw that. Everybody saw that Monday.
Yes. Got another good question for you, Elder Yashia. A real good one, too. Look.
What is it?
Our brother Aaron J. said, was the letters of the 7 churches written to us or the Hebrews about 2,000 years ago in the book of Revelation?
To us or the Hebrews? We are the Hebrews. So you got to realize now. And when you go to like Revelations 7 and it starts talking about, of course, things is written to Israel first because they carried the message out. The 144,000, they was from all, 12,000 from each tribe. So, of course, they was given to us first, but we had to share them with the rest of the world and the believers so they can get right too. The rest, and also all of the rest of the other the lost sheep of Israel. We gotta see when you're reading scriptures, you gotta go back and remember other scriptures that can possibly confuse people about that. Like Matthew 5:13-16, when he talking about people being the salt of the earth and the light to the Gentiles. Well, a Gentile, according to our culture, this is why our culture is so important. That means a foreigner to Israel. That doesn't mean somebody that don't believe. That's not what that means. That's a church lie. The Gentile is a foreigner. So if he's saying you the salt of the earth, you got to be a light to the Gentiles, he's talking to Israelites. Because you remember, the word Christian was not used until Acts 11, verse 26. So in Matthew 5, that ain't talking to no Christian. That's the first time Christian is used in anywhere in the world is in Acts 11, verse 26. So now, if we got to be a light to the Gentiles, Why would he send the letters to the churches, to the Gentiles, and you know it's going to be Israelites there? So we got to go out and teach them.
Absolutely, Elder. Excellent. Excellent. Elder, what you think about this? Akati, right here, my brother Yakobo. He said, typo, they Akati meaning alien in our home country. That's why I don't get angry when or if we're called Akati anymore. I think that's Hebrew, Igbo.
I got a bunch of books I don't read on the Igbo. I cannot remember that. I don't never remember reading that. I'm not saying that doesn't mean Igbo, but I don't
Okay.
recall it.
Okay. Okay. Well, if nobody don't have any other questions, my brothers, Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Technology will be live at 8:30 on their channel tomorrow. And then me and Elder Yashia will come back on
I
Saturday.
got one thing, okay, dude, because
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
trying to understand the interaction between Oracle and Yikwaba about West Africa. So
Okay.
it says, I agree and know that West Africa is not our inheritance. When we say not our inheritance, do you mean that the land that's promised to us? I don't know which I'm trying to read how this.
Yeah, that's your quabble. He said, yeah, because he said first that about the Akati. And my sister Oracle was like, well, them calling us Akati, it'll bother her because, the way they saying it too.
Right.
But he's saying that he understand that we was in West Africa and it's not our inheritance. So it doesn't bother him, if they saying that Akata word,
Oh.
you know.
Oh, but she's saying it's insulting if we call other people's things that's derogatory towards them.
Right.
Okay, I get it. All right.
And I want to say this about Africa too. I don't want people to get it misconstrued when I'm dealing with the maps. It's just like Texas. And you come to Texas, man, you got Lufkin, Austin, Dallas, Houston,
San Antonio.
San Antonio. So in this one big old mass called Texas, you got different places in Texas. It's the same way in Africa, man. Our land is in Africa. It's just not in the place where another man inheriting is. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Why would the Most High put Israel or Jerusalem in Ethiopia? That is Cush inheritance.
Yeah.
Or Put was given Libya. Egypt, Mizraim. That's all I'm saying. So when you look at Africa as a whole landmass, our land sit on the African tectonic plate. So yes, it's in Africa. It's just not in the same landmass as Ham's children inheritance. That's all I'm saying.
You gotta remember that canal too.
You got to remember the canal, that man-made canal.
Yeah.
Because I believe what Elder Yashia told me not too long ago about Pangea. And my sister Arca was the first one to ask me about Pangea. I believe it was all one.
Send her that video on that too. I got a real, it's man.
Yeah, you did it over here though, one about Chexabub.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah, my
sure
brother
did.
did one on Chexabub.
Oh, I got another one though,
Okay.
Judah. It's more profound than Texas.
Got you. Boy throwing boulders out the sky. Y'all wasn't just hear me. Boy throwing meteor boulders out the sky.
That's in Enoch.
It's in the book of Enoch. Is that why Africa look the way it do? It look all divided and split up and broken up? Is that why? Because that boy was throwing boulders out the sky? Man, this stuff too deep, man. It's too deep. Why is Israel right there by Egypt when he said, I took them not the way of the Philistine? That means Lebanon is right there. He said, I could have took them. That was the easiest way to go. But he didn't take them the easy way to go. He took them all the way around just to come back by the Mediterranean Sea, which was Lebanon. Because Lebanon is a part of our inheritance. This stuff is deep, man. So that's all I'm saying. We just got to understand, let everybody enjoy their inheritance, and y'all be appreciative of what was given to y'all. Love your inheritance. and let other people enjoy their inheritance. But the Most High gave you the best land out of all lands. Out of all land.
Yep.
Lebanon was beautiful. That's why Canaan stole it. He didn't go to his inheritance. He went to your inheritance, which was Lebanon.
Preach.
Book of Enoch, don't Jubilees said, Elder, that Canaan went to Lebanon and he saw Shem's inheritance. And let me say this, Canaan did not steal all of Shem's inheritance, fam. Shem had other children that received their inheritance.
Yep.
He took what was going to be given to the Israelites, which was Lebanon. That's why when we came out of Egypt, the Most High made us go fight who? The Amorites, the Jebusites, the Hittites, the Canaanites, all children of Canaan. Why? Do it look like the Most High? You contradicting yourself, Father, because you say we can't take another man's inheritance, but you let us take Canaan's land. Why, family? Y'all ever ask yourself why? Because he stole our land, meaning Lebanon.
Telling everybody that for 20-some years. That's right, young brother.
It's just what it is. So Africa is a part of your inheritance. You just have to know where. That's all I'm saying. You have to know where.
You got this brother Methuselah. Tell him we got something on it, but we'll have to.
That's gonna be a good one, Elder. That's gonna be a good one right there.
Yeah. And so Hebrew is gonna be the key to that, the Hebrew alphabet. But
okay.
On the day that we do that, I might have K. Judah and Barry Watt get together, because there's some things that you can't really teach on YouTube. So we might have to do a Zoom call and get everybody that wants to be there, send them the link out, so I can really talk. Till we get in the physical building. If you get to saying certain things, they already don't want us on here pushing stuff. So y'all just meditate on that. I'll let them get together and do that logistics for that. Somebody had asked one more question about
Aaron J said, so when Yahushua was saying those that call themselves Jews, was that a future revelation? Is what I'm trying to figure out, because he say the small hats did not exist at that time. It sounds like he was talking to our time.
Right. And so when you notice the Revelations is a bunch of events, because some prophecies, like even in Daniel, when they talk about the sacrifice being shut down, that some of them are dual prophetic.
Right. Thank you. Facts.
Daniel and the Greeks came. The sacrifice was shut down because the temple got messed up. It was shut down when the Babylonians came. It was shut down when the Romans came and destroyed the second temple, which is why it's shut down today. And it's going to be a third temple according to Ezekiel chapter 40 through 48.
Talk to him.
So when you read Revelations 2:9 and 3:9, which is what you're talking about with Jews that call themselves Jews and are not but do lie, we can look at it and say, hey, it's talking about the converts that's over there, the people that's in play. Or you can look at it as a lot of these Israelites that's out here doing all this foolishness, they not walking right with Yahweh. So they say they Jews or Yahweh praisers, but is they doing what they supposed to do? Is they being a light to the Gentiles, or are they busy telling the Gentiles they can't get saved, running people away from the truth? So are they feeling him in that area?
Talk to him.
So it's different ways to look at that, but neither one of them is wrong in that instance.
Right. Yeah, Yacoba. You're right. Yacoba. That's a good point. That's why when the children of Israel came out of Egypt, who was the first one they had to fight with? The Amorites. They had a fight with Amorite. No, I'm sorry. They had a fight with a king called the Amalekites came first. The Amalekites came first against them.
Exodus 17,
Right. And then you had a king named King of Arad, who was the children of Canaan. And then they fought the Amorite king. And then they fought a king named King of Og, King of Bashan.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went up all the way around to get cross the Jordan River just to get back to the land when the Most High say, I took them not the way of the Philistine. We know that the Philistines were sea people because they was right there by the Mediterranean Sea, Ashdod, Gad, and all that. So the point that I'm saying is that when he allowed them to cross the Sea of Reeds, that's when they start just going, I mean, just ridiculous, crazy. They made an altar, built a calf, murmuring and complaining. As soon as they crossed that Red Sea, it's like they just forgot what happened in Egypt. It just went crazy.
The brother asked this question, and I'm looking. So he said, can other nations be saved with us? And then, so you got to ask yourself then, what's the purpose in him telling us to be a light to the Gentiles? Even if you say you don't want to go look up the word nations and all those verses, even if you say you don't believe Revelations, even if you say you don't believe Acts, even if you say you don't believe Isaiah, Micah, any of the prophets that talk about all the nations coming up to Jerusalem to get the law, to be delivered, even if you say you don't believe none of that, ask yourself this: why would he tell us to be a light to them if he gonna just kill them no matter what they do? That don't make sense. It makes no sense. What is the purpose of us if we the only people can get saved? Then y'all shouldn't get angry at the Gentiles for being who they is. I would probably act up too. So if you read Acts and they quoting Amos 9, 10 through 10 and 11 and 12 in Acts 15, when he say he called out a people from amongst the Gentiles to call on his name. What is he bringing them out for to call on his name if he gonna just kill him anyway?
Talk to him.
It don't make sense. I know that we angry. We don't like how we being treated. I understand that, but we still is called to be better than to be trying to do Yahweh's job, telling who can get saved. That's not our job. That ain't our office. Our office is to, according to Ephesians 4:11, we're gonna have apostles, prophets, teachers, pastors, and evangelists or preachers. Those are the ministry gifts. That's it. That's all. We got other office, the spiritual gifts in Revelation. In 1 Corinthians 12, 7 through 11. You got people gonna have wisdom, knowledge. People gonna speak in tongues, interpretations, healings, miracles, prophecy. All those are them are separate. That's a separate bracket. So we got to stick to what's recorded for us, and we can't do Yahweh's job. Nobody can.
Facts.
Let him worry about who judging. He gave everybody the formula. If the Gentiles or whatever, or Israelites, whoever, don't do what he told them to do to get in, then that's going to be his job, because we got to be careful. What if we got family members that ain't living right, that we love, and now we don't have no grace, no compassion for the Gentiles, even though they did us real greasy? What if now the same thing we wanted for the Gentiles, a lot of people want them to be dead, right? Die or suffer. What if our family members deserve it, and now he don't have no compassion for them? Meditate on that. I always ask, reason why I'm gonna treat everybody right, not just because of the contents of my heart, but you gotta love your children. So if you love your children, wouldn't you want somebody to look out for them if they was in a bad place and you couldn't get to them and help them? Or would you want them to say, oh, you don't look like me, you dark skinned, go on out there and let them wolves get you? So we got a lot of catching up to do. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth, blood for blood, hand for hand. Reap what you sow. It's all that. All of that. That's our Torah.
You see that, Elder, on the screen?
What it say?
I'm getting the scripture real quick. Let me see.
It.
I want to line this up for our brother, Macmain. Watch this, Macmain. I'm gonna go to Isaiah 11. Isaiah 11 and 16. And I'm gonna link it up with what you got on the screen. Watch this. This what I've been saying all the time about the land. Now, some people say, oh man, it don't matter what land. If it don't matter, then why y'all keep trying to send them to the wrong land? Listen to what I'm saying. If somebody is coming from Teman, he shined from Mount Paran. Go look on the map and look at Teman and look at what Mount Paran is. That's your answer right there. Because from Mount Paran, he went to Mount Sinai. Where's Mount Sinai? In Arabia. In Arabia, according to Galatians. That's what that's why when they left Egypt, they went to the finger of the Red Sea for a place called Nawaba. They had to cross over to get to the mountain of Elohim, which is in Arabia. Why you think they got a big old gate around Saudi Arabia? Y'all ever ask yourself that? Why is heavily guarded? Why you can't just go in there and do what you want? The Most High is very intelligent, family. They got some fresh water under the mountain of Elohim in that desert land. He said that it's going to flourish, it's going to blossom as a rose, and he's going to cause water to spring forth. Don't you know that the small hats want to dig in that area, but it's heavily guarded? The Most High is very smart. He leaving that for you, family. Let me link this up real quick. Let me go to Isaiah 16. It's going to make all the sense in the world. So I'm going to go to Habakkuk first. Habakkuk first. Then I'm going to link this up with 16. Let's see where the Lord coming from. So this is Habakkuk chapter 3 and verse 3. And Moses said the same thing. He said the Lord came from Mount Paran. He shined at Mount Sinai. Like even Moses said this. So this is verse 3. It say, Elohim came from Teman. Who is Teman? Edom. Edom is Teman. And the Holy One from Mount Paran, Salah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. Now watch this. Let me go to another window so it can make sense. Let me stop this one. Let me open it up again and show you this. Okay, this is Isaiah 16. Watch where he came from again. And then I'm going to go to Isaiah 65 and show you where he came from again. This is Isaiah 16 and 1. Send ye the lamb to the ruler of the land from Salah. What is Salah? Edom. To the wilderness, unto the mount of the daughter of Zion. You see this? Why is he coming and keep mentioning Teman, Salah, Edom? The point that I'm saying is that Edom land was south of Jerusalem. Edom land was south of Jerusalem. Edom land was by the Red Sea too. So when you see the Lord is coming from Edom, how can your land be in Ethiopia when Edom not in Ethiopia? Moab not in Ethiopia. Ammonites not in Ethiopia. Think about that.
Real Edom is Shem.
Y'all hear this? That is facts.
Yeah.
So I'm showing that, okay, let's go to Isaiah 65. Let's get one more. The man is coming from Edom because Edom is by your land. Did not the Bible say that Zion sit in the sides of the north? So where is he coming from to get to Edom and Mount Paran? Think about that. Where did he come from to shine from Mount Paran to get to Mount Sinai? Where did this man come from? From the north, family. That's why in Isaiah 14, what did Lucifer say? I want to sit in the sides of the north over the congregation. What congregation? He want to be like the Most High. He say it's sitting in the sides of the north, family. So hold on. Let me get one more. Isaiah 65. Now it's about to make real good sense. Isaiah 65 and verse 1. Or is it 64? I think it's 65. No, 64. Let me see. Nah, it's 65. Yep, 65. Is it 63? I got it. Isaiah 63. Listen to this. Remember in Isaiah 16 verse 1, it says Salah, which is Edom. In Habakkuk chapter 3 verse 3, it say he came from Teman, right? Watch what it's about to say right here. Isaiah 63 and verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Boza, that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength? I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treaded the wine fat? He had blood all over his body when he came from Edom. He went to Edom first. Why? Because your brother have had a perpetual hatred against you, and I've shed the blood of the children of Israel. So he's came from Edom. Like Isaiah 16, like Habakkuk 3 verse 3. Edom is by your original land, family. That is book. He dwelt in Petra. This is not in Ham's territory where he received his inheritance, family. Your brother dwelt by you or by your borders, and the Ammonites and the Moabites, because nobody can explain to me what is Moses doing dying on Mount Nebo. But everybody keep telling us they went south when they left Egypt. So if they went south when they left Egypt, how is Moses on Mount Nebo and died? Looking west at the other side of the Jordan River, because he was east of the Jordan River by the land of the Moabites and the Ammonites. But he got on Mount Nebo and look what? West of the Jordan River, and saw all the beautiful land. So what is Moses doing on Mount Nebo looking at all the beautiful land if they went south in South Africa? That's all I'm asking. We got to go by the book, man. Got to go by the book. So I pray that help, Mac, man. So do anybody have any questions? You say he came from Teman, threw you off? Yeah, Teman is another name for Edom. Salah is another name for Edom. I got a map too, and it'll show you the name Salah, and it'll have Edom right by it. So Bozrah is Edom. Salah is Edom. Teman is Edom. Yeah, this is all still talking about Edom. Yeah, so he came from Edom. He shined to Mount Paran, and he went to Mount Sinai. Because even if you look at the territory of Edom, it's right by Arabia, where he coming from. Our brother dwelt right by us. That's why we try to pass his land, and he said, no, you can't come through here. Then they try to go to the Moabites, but they wanted Balaam to curse the children of Israel, the Moabites, and then they had a squabble. You know, they had a couple squabbles. And then the Ammonites got mad at them in the time of the judges, talking about, you took our land from us. But he told him, well, why you ain't take it back within the 300 years we were living there? We ain't take nothing from you. We took it from king of Sihon, which was an Amorite king. And then they took it from Bashan, who was also a part of the Canaanite lineage of Canaan, and they took his land, which was Bashan. And guess who they gave it to? Reubenites, half tribe of Manasseh, and the Gadites. What is they doing over there on that side of the Jordan River? You got to ask yourself this, man. Reuben and them didn't receive their inheritance in South Africa. They received their inheritance on the other side of the Jordan River, close to the Moabites, the Ammonites, and where they took the land from Sihon, king of the Amorites. And David took the land back from the Jebusites because the children of Israel was hard-headed, and they dwelt with the children of Israel in the time of David. David took it from the Jebusites, which was in the south. This is our book, man. Elder Yashia, you ready to get up out of here?
I'm letting you talk. Yeah, but yeah, I gotta go to work in the morning.
All right, Elder. Hey, thank everybody for participating. Elder got to go to work. Like I say, they'll be live tomorrow on their platform. And then me and Elder Yashia will be back live at 6:30 Saturday on this platform.
Fire.
Fire, he say. And I already know it's going to be fire because all his lessons be fire. So,
praise y'all.
Big salute to y'all. Many blessings. And we're going to end it like this.
Yeah. Better days, I pray for better days. Working hard cause I want extra pay. Talk to them seeds, but you must demonstrate. Is it your ways that they gon' imitate? Non-violent. Sometimes I wish I would've went to college. Frown proudly. Cause where I'm from, they hate you when you smiling. Your faith should be your gun. You can't leave home without it. The children being grown cause all the parents acting childish. You show them your reality, I bet they doubt it. You tell them all about your dreams, that's when they out it. Your own blood, ain't no family no more. They do you badly for show. You try to patch up your soul, Lord knows you on a mission to show him you so submissive. The prayer said in silence, you know the devil can hear him, pay attention. Know the war's within, how much time do you spend? Try to balance your zen, then again, losses is lessons. You tell me you trying to win, we know about saving money. You tell me you trying to spend that blood on it. Sweat, tears, you put that love on it. Your best years was just a dumb moment. You tired of going hungry, can't deal with fake making your life lonely. Your lack of faith that left your soul boning. But you gon' work and you gon' strive, do what it takes to survive. What is truth, what is a lie, you know that war's inside. Some get draped into the faith, they don't know what to decide. Wrong choice, meet your demise, keep that between you and I. You realize, some people you gon' let go, you visualize. The things you need to feed your soul is on the rise. They not gon' wanna let you go, but it's alright. It's cool to bury what's gon' grow. Went from wrong to the right and to the dark to the light. It was a hell of a fight. You give it all your might. Gotta hold on tight and you stay strong and precise. You fight the war that's inside, cause it might change your life. Wrong to the right and to the dark from the light. It was a hell of a fight. You give it all your might. You just hold on tight and you stay strong and precise. You fight the war that's inside, cause it might change your life. I ain't the person that I used to be. So what I do today ain't things that you used to see. Stay the same, no, things change usually. Some folk I may know might get reintroduced to me. Yeah, I ain't the person that I used to be. So what I do today ain't things that you used to see. Stay the same, no, things change usually. Some folk I may know might get reintroduced to me. Yeah.
Hey, Mac Man, this is about to blow your mind, my brother. I'm about to show you this before I get up out of here. I have to. Hey, Yashia, you be safe, my brother, and enjoy your day at work. I'm going to show Mac Man something real quick.
All right, Shalom, brother. Y'all take it easy.
Already. Mac Man, I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to get up out of here. Let me show my brother this. Remember what the Bible said. He came from Edom. He went to Mount Paran, and I'm telling y'all he went to Sinai. Watch this. This is too deep. And then I'm gone. Then I'm gone, family. But I don't want to leave this undone. Let me show this, please. Let me stop sharing the screen. Let me get this off of here. Watch this, family. Okay, here you go. Here you go, family. Now, I'm going to get this out of the mouth of two so it can be established. We're going to get this out of the mouth of two so we can establish this real nice. So before I go to Numbers 13, let me open up this for my brother because I want to show him this. Let me open up this window. Check this out, Mac Man. I'll show you this one first. You remember when I was telling you that Edom is Salah? Look at the bottom. Salah. See it say Edom, the kingdom of Edom, Salah. So that's number one. So we proved that Edom is Salah. Now watch this. Now look at Edom right here at the bottom. I want you to look at Saudi Arabia because I'm about to prove a good point. This is Edom. Remember I told you it was by the Red Sea? The Gulf of Aqaba is the Red Sea. This is Edom. Here go the Red Sea. Here goes Saudi Arabia. Mount Sinai is in Saudi Arabia. Now watch this. The Bible say that the Lord came from Edom. Here go the Edomites, right? He shined at Mount Paran. Here go the wilderness of Paran. And he went to Mount Sinai. Y'all see that? He came from Edom. He went to the wilderness of Paran right here to get to Mount Sinai. Y'all remember when I told y'all that the Ammonites, the Moabites, and the Edomites, their borders was around the children of Israel inheritance. These are all our kinfolk right here. I mean, not the Amorites, I'm sorry, the Ammonites right here at the top in the yellow. The Ammonites is our cousins. The Moabites is our cousins. And the Edomites, that's our brother, right? A lot of people won't tell you this because they got this African agenda. But the Jordan River flow into the Dead Sea. So they want your land over here in Egypt. But the Reubenites, the Gadites, and half tribe of Manasseh received they land over here by the Edomites, the Moabites, and the Ammonites. There's another thing they won't tell you. You see, they won't tell you that they had a fight with a king named King of Arad. He go right here in the red. So they won't tell you that. And they had a fight with him at a place called Mount Hor in Numbers chapter 21. So this the Edomites, the wilderness of Paran, and Mount Sinai. Let me get out of here because I'm about to read the scripture and then I'm gone to prove to my brother Mac Main. Okay, here we go, Mac Main. Let me open up my window again. And we're going to go to Numbers 13. This is Numbers 13, and let me bring it in close. Watch what the Lord say. The same thing that Mac Main asked me about Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 3. Look at what the Lord just said. It say, and the Lord spake to Moses, saying, hold on, this 13? Oh, yeah, this right. Here you go. Here you go, family. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, send men to spy out the land of Canaan, which I have given to the children of Israel. From each tribe of their fathers, ye shall send a man, every one a leader among them. Right? Verse 3. So Moses sent them from the wilderness of Paran according to the Lord. Listen again. He sent them from the wilderness of Paran. Y'all see this? Paran is not in Egypt or Ethiopia or South Africa. It's not, family. So the point I'm showing y'all is that the children of Israel crossed the Red Sea to get to the Mount Paran, because Mount Paran is by Mount Sinai. Mount Paran is by Edom. What is you doing on that side if you went down south? Think about that. Let me get one more. Let me see. Hold on, family. Y'all, hold up. I'm looking for the woman. Moses said that he saw the Lord shining. Let me see. And then I'm out of here, family. I'm out y'all hair as soon as I prove this. Bible say prove all things. Okay, I found it. It's Deuteronomy 33 and verse 2. Deuteronomy 33 and verse 2. So let me get out of here. Let's go to Deuteronomy 32 and verse 3. Here you go, my brother McMahon. Let's get it. I said 33. Deuteronomy 33. There we go. 33, not 32. This is gonna seal the deal right here, family. Here you go. This is gonna seal the deal. Yeah, teaming just another name for Edom, but I'm just showing this because I'm trying to also show where the land at. And I just want to show that Teman and Salah is another name for Edom. Teman or Bozrah is another name for Edom or Salah. Just another name for Edom. But I just want to read this and then I'm gone. This is Deuteronomy 33 and verse 2. And he said, the Lord came from Sinai and done on them from Seir. Here go another name for Edom. Mount Seir is another name for Edom. So he came from Sinai, he done on them from Seir, and he shone forth from Mount Paran. And he came with 10,000 of saints. Y'all see this? So Edom is our brother. He got a perpetual hatred. He go by the name of Bozrah, Mount Seir, Salah, and Teman. And the Most High Yah is going to send Yahshua back, and he going to Edom first. And he going to whoop your head, boy. Because your perpetual hatred is terrible. So he went to you first, and he had blood over all his garment. They said, man, why you got all that like sprinkled and dyed red? It was blood, family. So if Edom is in America, how you going to Edom? If Edom is the so-called white man, why is your garments all dyed red when you went to Edom? Because they say Edom is the white man. But you actually went to Edom because a lot of people don't know this. Edom is claiming to be us. Go read Obadiah. He moved into your gates. He laid his hand on your substance. The Jewish people is not the only one claiming to be you. You got a lot of people claiming to be you. Edom is one of them, family. That's why he tried to hide his nationality as Edom. Try to take it off the map. I got maps to show you that Edom tried to remove his name off the map because he is claiming you. You got to remember the Hasmoneans converted Edom in the time of the Maccabees. That's why Herod is called the king of the Jews. They was converted by the Hasmoneans. But Edom ain't no Jew. He's an Edomite. But they was converted. So they know how to keep everything like you know how to keep. They just not you. But they was taught, though. They was taught. I'm out of here. I pray that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I know it was. Oh, okay. I got you, Mac, man. He said, I do know about Paran. The point of confusion for me was teaming. A matter of fact, man, hey, thank you, Mac, man, for asking questions. Let's just do this real quick. Let me go to my encyclopedia. Just hold up. Let's just go and do this real quick, Mac, man. Then we out of here, man. Let's do this real quick, my brother. I'm just going to put in teaming. And I'm gonna open up the mirror. We're gonna just read it together. So y'all remember when I said just another name for Edom? But let's see who it is, though. He's a descendant of Esau, the Temanites. Still Edom. Watch this. Okay, here we go. This is Encyclopedia Britannica. Right here. Let me bring it in some. It say Heliphaz, the Temanite, in the Old Testament, book of Job, chapter 4, 5, 15, 22. One of the three friends who sought to console Job, who is a biblical archetype of unmerited suffering. The word Temanite probably indicate that he was a Edomite or a member of a Palestinian people descended from Esau. Palestinian people? Hold up, man. What you talk about? Palestinian people. Didn't them people claim to be the original people of the land before the Jewish people came over there? Y'all remember that? The Palestinians? I don't believe they Esau. I'm just telling y'all that it's a lot of people trying to claim their land. But that is not all the inheritance of the land. And people try to use this, thing called, or that little piece of dirt. So they try to throw y'all off by saying that little piece of dirt, not knowing that when you go get any map of the 12 tribes of Israel, that is a massive plot of land that the Most High gave us. But they don't want to tell you that. They're going to just tell you, oh, that little piece of dirt where the Jewish people at, they can't fit all 12 tribes of Israel. We know that. We know that. That's why we're not saying that's all the inheritance. It's way bigger than that. Way bigger than that. So Temanites or Teman is a descendant of the Edomites. And we can get up out of here. It's all good, Mac, man. Already, my brother. No, Oracle. Not disappeared. I'm talking about trying to hide themselves from the world. I got maps that actually show like Edom was on the map. And like, I'm talking about, I got ancient maps. He was on the map. Then another map I got, he was on the map. And then his name just, woof, it disappeared off these ancient maps. Now, when you read the book of Obadiah, it tells you that Edom moved into our gates. When we got kicked out after 70 AD, that land was still fertile, ready for people to come on in there. That's what Edom did. When we left in 70 AD, Edom moved into our gates. And he act like he was us. And then in 1948, you got some more people coming over there who claiming to be us. That's why you got Khazarian Jews, Russian Jews, European Jews. Esau not no European. When did Edom become a European Caucasian man? I'm just asking, when? When did he become a European Caucasian man, fam? Edom was never a Caucasian man. But that's another topic for another day. I love y'all with the pure heart. Thank y'all for participating in this live. Me and my brother Elder Yashiyah, thank y'all. And we bid y'all speed, family. And I pray many blessings upon you all. I ain't gonna even play no music. We've been on here long enough. So in the words of my beloved sister August Dreams, thank y'all for coming to the Lion's Den with the CUC family, the FOPE family, and all my beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. Let's get it. That's right, McMahon. He is not hiding no more. Absolutely. And your brother K. Judah want to say, Shalom.